gather round. It's that time of year. The Ishcon toy convention is finally here. From May 16th to the 18th, collectors and geeks, let's all take a leap. Oh, rejoice, rejoice, let the laughter flow at Ishcon's Wonderland, where the good vibes grow. From vintage to modern, there's magic in the air in this toy-filled paradise. Welcome to FigureFightClub, where collectors come to play. Discussions from relevance to hot toys shaped by collecting. Where pour a drink for yourself, collect your thoughts. Join us on this journey in action-packed talks. In the club, the fight is on. Action figures shine like the break of dawn. Collectors gather around, any trick will do. In FigureFightClub, we welcome you. Welcome with the flop, with the flop, Welcome with the flop, with the flop, Raise your drinks up high and let's cheers. You're among collectors and like-minded peers. From stores to conventions, we take you backstage, exploring figures from modern day to the Stone Age. In the club, the fight is on. Action figures shine like the break of dawn. Collectors gather around, any drink will do. In FigureFightClub, we welcome you. Welcome with the flop, with the flop,
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Fight Club episode 12. We have a great show for you guys tonight, and hopefully you guys are repping your college teams. Hopefully, apparently I'm the only one who's wearing one here tonight. But let me go ahead and bring out my co-host, Mr. Brandon, also known as Illustrated.
Believe me when I say that FOMO's a bitch. Did you see the proportions on a scarlet?
What's up?
How you doing, man?
Going on?
So how was it taking care of Tuesday night by yourself for a little while?
It was cool. Everybody behaved. We didn't get canceled, so that's nice. Although I don't have access to the YouTube back end, so if maybe we don't even know we're canceled yet, but it was fine. Didn't get too.
We're still here. We're alive.
Yeah, we're still here.
We're still kicking it.
Yeah.
I'm not even looking at the chat right now, so I want to welcome everyone. Thank you very much for being here. Always exciting to have you guys. Always excited for you guys to keep supporting us and shouting out to subscribe, because we're on our way. We're almost close to 1,000 guys, and at 1,000
we just unlocked another tier.
We just unlocked 850, and we're giving away a Mythic Legions. What is it? Barbarian Kickstarter. We're gonna give that away, and then at 1,000, the Dragonfly's coming home with somebody. We're going home with somebody because it's sitting in my home and I want it out. But we have some pretty amazing guests tonight. So unfortunately, I couldn't get football music, so they're gonna get this. Mr. Rob Post.
Hey guys.
And Holly.
Hi.
What's up?
How's it going?
Let's go. I just realized what Brand's hat was. I loved that movie as a kid.
Oh yeah, same. I got some figs too. They're it's a great movie.
It really was.
Oh wow. Already? Come on, guys. Was it Auntie6 Soldier? Thank you very much for the $2 super chat. And I'm gonna go ahead and you know what? I miss seeing this guy's face, so I'm gonna go ahead and show it. Pants wink.
The pants.
Thank you, man.
Oh, why is that not an emoji available on Facebook?
Should be.
We should try to make it happen.
I know, right?
But how are you guys doing? How's your Friday?
Holly, what did you have for dinner? I heard you were cutting it close.
I was cutting it close. I had Cajun for dinner, though. It was very good. And I was cutting it close because I've been on the road all day with Collegiate Legends. So
nice.
I don't know what he was doing all day, but I was working.
That's what we do here. Bust each other's balls, that's for sure.
Definitely.
Nice.
Let's see. I guess who wants to start first? One of you. You guys could choose.
Holly, she loves to talk the most.
Okay, Holly, it is.
What do you want me to introduce myself? What do you want me to do?
I'm going to ask questions. It's an introduction, right? So I guess the question is, who are you? What do you collect? What do you like to collect, I guess? What do you dislike? And how long have you been collecting?
So I'm a single mom, I guess. I'm the other half to Collegiate Legends. I collect college licenses currently to produce figures. Number one collection in my life. I dislike mediocrity. It's the worst.
Okay.
And I don't know. I mean, I'm just here in the supporting role to Rob. So I fill in where he leaves off occasionally, and most of the time worry him about what's going to come out of my mouth. So yeah.
I think this segment would be a lot of fun if we had to say it about the other person, just to be clear. Although we probably get pushed ourselves.
Yeah.
We could start it right now. Go ahead, Rob. Tell us about Holly.
No. But does everyone like how she said, I'm a single mom, I guess? Like, I don't like, what does that mean? Are you like, did you
Also,
get engaged?
not my identity. I'm also.
Did you get engaged tonight and didn't tell me? Is that what happened?
I did not get engaged tonight. Mm-mm. I'm allergic to those words.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you do actually worry me a lot about her favorite phrase on a daily basis. You're gonna be mad at me, but
yeah, it is. So we went into our last convention and he was like, 10 teams, Holly, 10 teams. I was like, cool. So we're gonna do 15 teams.
Hey.
I mean that's even better though, right? I mean you're getting the licenses. That's a good thing.
Yeah, we'll take them all. Yeah,
exactly,
for sure.
Because there's people out there, like even people who don't collect action figures in general, like they're gonna want to collect their like favorite sports memorabilia or sports team. I mean, hell, like back in the day when I was an ODU guy, right? I mean, granted there was no ODU football at the time, but if there was, I would still buy an ODU football like action figure because I was into watching football. So.
Oh, completely agree with you. We think there's 3 to 4 different markets with Collegiate Legends versus, like, say, Savage Crucible, which is Crucible, definitely adult toy collector oriented. That's a predominant audience, over 90%. Collegiate Legends is kind of split. Like, you have actual kids that like to play with the figure, you have sports memorabilia collectors, then you just have your sort of normal everyday fan that wants to put something on their desk or whatnot, and then you have toy collectors. So it's a very diverse market compared to Savage Crucible from that standpoint.
Yeah, that's very true. Before we jump into the line, though, I want to talk about you guys first. So going back to you, Rob, same questions. Who are you? What do you collect? What do you like, dislike, and how long have you been doing it for?
Oh wow! So who am I? I have a bio. I mean, I'm just a normal, average American guy. I don't think there's anything spectacular. 40-something years old. I don't actually have any kids. I'm divorced. I was in the military, disabled veteran, consultant, do healthcare and finance, own a couple of companies. Have a completely different day career outside of the toy world. I don't think most people realize. And I think I think Holly would call me a workaholic. And I don't know, pretty good date most of the time, I think. We'll see. Other than that, let's see. What do I collect? That's super easy. Okay, so I collect Motu Mondo. Classified. I do the NECA Dungeons and Dragons line. I collect a little bit of like certain things, like I've got Galactus and the Sentinel, and I do Mafex X-Men. You'll see some battle pods from Robotech Macross behind me. What else do I have over here? That's besides Savage Crucible. That's the majority of what I collect. I've kind of pared it down in terms of like collecting whole lines. Sometimes if there's like something I just like, like a Crystar or a like Guyver's over there on the shelf, things like that. They're just kind of like one-offs that I pick up, just because it really connects from the nostalgia standpoint. So, Holly, what do I dislike? I don't know.
bullshit. Rob hates he hates. Can I say? Rob can't say that.
Of course, no,
He
you
hates-
can.
Okay.
We're not a PG show.
He hates the zhuzhing, I guess, the song and dance. He's a straight shooter most of the time.
Straight to the point. I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, most of the time he's right, but sometimes it just takes people a little bit to get to that point.
Okay.
And he doesn't have, those other patience to get them there.
Okay.
That's true.
But yes, from what I understand, he makes a great date. Ladies, he's fantastic.
Available.
There's only one lady in the chat, and that's Nikki. I can guarantee you.
I think we have 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Maybe 3.
Maybe 3? Okay.
Yeah, like 2 or 3. Yeah. And hi, Nikki.
We always
up, Nikki?
joke, like, people will be like, "Are y'all married?" And we're like, "No, we share a love of money and success and winning, basically."
And
That's what we're doing over here.
and action figures.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a good pair. It's a good
Yeah,
pair.
it's always a good pair. I mean, money and success is always it's the American dream.
Oh, we have a lot of fun though too.
I mean, it's all about fun,
Yeah.
though, right?
For us, the love of action figures kind of deflects money because we're spending it all the time, but we're spending it on your figures, so it works out for
I
everybody.
don't know. Holly's goal is to be the most expensive woman ever in my entire lifetime. That is her stated goal. That's not a joke. She really says that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is also the man that you'll walk into his office and be like, "Oh, there are 10 more figures." He'll be like, "Research, Holly, research." I'm like, "That's not research."
It's R&D costs, right?
Yeah. All of you are probably guilty of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh goodness.
I'm gonna
I
get a
say
full
that to my wife
background
one
one of these
time.
days.
And how long
It's
have
not-
you been collecting? What happened?
What?
His background's like both of theirs is lighted really well. You need to up your game over there, sir.
I mean, I see some toys.
Oh, she means the shelf lighting or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, mine's horrible. I just have 2 little lights on the floor, and they just go up.
Some of mine just went out, so I have to pull all these down and like pull it out to get to the wiring. That's a weekend. Those are probably going to be off for like a month. I'm not dealing with that right now. So,
to answer your question, no, I've been collecting. I don't know that I really ever stopped. Like I had action figures in college, like Spawn. I had a lot of Spawn on my desk.
Okay.
Then through the 2000s, I would just pick up vintage stuff that I would find that would remind me of my childhood. But I didn't get into modern stuff until around 2018. By the time that I started doing that.
Okay. So 20. Okay. I mean, I guess that's like the big boom area time frame too. A lot of people went ham around 2018, 2019, mostly even during COVID 2020.
and it's so weird to think about because it's like, oh, that was just like a couple of years ago. No, that was like a minute ago. Because
it's been 5 years.
The COVID time dilation thing that's been happening, you know.
I don't think it's COVID. I think that's just how time works, actually. I think that's
as you get older, time is just like, wait, what the hell? What is it's like a year's like 5 years just passed?
Yeah, those wonderful memes are like, this is what I think a car looks like 10 years ago or 15 years ago, and this is what it actually looks like. And you're like, that hurts.
I mean, again, it just really depends in that way, right? I mean, I look at it as being wiser as you get older. Granted, like the body aches start kicking in around 40, and then it sucks.
Don't get me started on the readers that I have to leave laying around my house so I can read stuff.
See, I'm not there yet. I'm good. I'm the only one in my family who doesn't wear glasses, actually.
Oh, well, don't worry. I will curse you now. You will just wake up one morning and it's like it just happened. Like you can't read the back of a pill bottle to save your life.
Oh, that's horrible. Okay.
Oh man.
Thanks. You ruined my Friday.
Sorry.
Those weren't mine.
I need to pull up what's it called, the giveaway tool. So I will do that quickly because we have to give away some weekend passes for Ishcon.
Nice.
So Brandon, you could tell our viewers about Ishcon.
Yeah, so these are passes for Ishcon. Now, this is a localized event. You can enter if you want. You can, if you aren't in town, you can make the trip, or if you win and you want to be a cool person, you can donate them to somebody or whatever you want to do with them. But this is the Super Ishcon show, so it's 2 days, 2.5 plus the Friday night. Looking for someone to dethrone me as the hallway champion. I probably won't be killing it the way I did last year. That was a little much. So
oh dude, he was last year at Ishcon, the hallway selling and swapping. He had a line. He probably had one of the biggest lines.
Really?
The lobby, the hotel guys had to like kick me out. They're like, "You got to go, bro."
Yeah, he had it. No, I'm not even kidding.
Closing down.
This is not a joke. He probably had one of the biggest lines at Ishcon like all weekend.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because
I had to go out in the parking deck and like finish. It was interesting, but yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So we're giving away Ishcon passes. So what's the hashtag gonna be?
It's going to be Ishcon. So everyone go ahead. If you guys, again, this is a local event in Durham, North Carolina. It's going to be held at the Durham Convention Center May 16th to the 18th. And if you guys can make it out, it's going to be a fun show. We're going to have Savage Crucible. Rob is going to be there. Right, Rob?
Yeah.
You're going to be there, Rob?
You should be asking Holly if she's going to be there. That's the real question.
Holly, are you going to be there too with college or with the Collegiate Legends?
Where is this?
In North Carolina.
Oh,
Maybe you'll be passing through recruiting. We have a couple of pretty great schools here. So
actually, there is. We have Duke. We have Duke nearby. We have NC State,
Carolina, and
UNC.
Wake Forest.
I'm gonna go ahead and ruin this for a lot of people. Holly cut UNC for 2025. She did.
What? I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm not too. That's fine.
It's fine.
So I need to all the hate mail to Holly at Gyra.
But it wasn't. I didn't cut the football player. He didn't want to do the football player. He wanted to do a Bill Belichick in a wheelchair with the girlfriend.
If he hears about that, we'll pull the license. No, I said I wanted to do Bill Belichick's girlfriend. That's the action figure that I wanted to do.
That's true.
But even for the non-in-town people, if you guys know anyone in North Carolina and you guys win the passes, you could always donate it to them.
Guys, it's going to be a good show. Savage Crucible is going to be there. Collegiate Legends is going to be there. Action Force with Bobby Vela is going to be there. Should be a pretty good show. So
yeah, just basically start saving because money's gonna fly. It oh man, I should start saving right now. Honestly, it's gonna be here sooner than you know it.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I can pull it in like another 30 seconds, and then.
If Collegiate Legends is going to be there, I might actually be there. I go where Rob tells me to go. So
no, you don't. You never go anywhere I tell you to go. I don't know why.
50-50 shot.
I mean, again, dude, we have NC State that's like 20 minutes down the road, and then you have Duke that's like 25 minutes down the road. So,
well, she needs to go by and see who is that? NC Charlotte? Is that who it was?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They love us.
Oh, really? That's cool too. Okay. It's about like 2.5 hours from this area. So
yeah, not too far.
Not too far. All right, guys, I'm pulling it. Good luck.
Who's it gonna be?
Come on, bro. No drum roll. Nothing.
My buttons are covered in figs. Oh,
congratulations, dude. You get an Ishcon pass. So go ahead and reach out to Ish Toys R Ish or Ishcon on Instagram, and I'm sure he's in the chat. Yep, he's there. He's watching.
It actually works out because he's local.
He's local.
Is he? Okay.
So congratulations. All right. I will remove that, and we will go back to. We're going to be doing another giveaway later on in the stream. That's why I need to see some fists. Just randomly throw them out there, guys. But let's go back to Collegiate Legends. I guess the first question is really going to happen is why football?
Why football?
Why football?
Why not billiards?
Why golf?
Yeah, Holly, why football?
Because we couldn't get mascots out first.
Okay.
No, that's not the truth. I have a day job too, and that is it's not this. And I work at a university, go to a lot of football games. Rob called me. We started to chat, and we realized that there were no toys in college sports, and it was football season when we realized that. So now we couldn't get mascots out faster than football players might be the second part of that answer. But with the opening of the NIL, it gave us an opportunity to do something that hadn't been done before.
Yeah. And then I guess that's why you kind of answered the why the collegiate level too, right? Like there was no college sports like action figures out, because you see McFarlane comes out with like the statues of the pros and things like that, and I guess NBA came out, or Hasbro came out with the NBA figures. I guess weren't they working on some football players too?
They were working, supposedly based on the leaks, they were working on football players. But what people have to understand is, and we didn't know this when we started. Of course, me and Holly joked that we'd like to do everything the hard way, but professional sports is actually much easier to do than college sports from a licensing perspective. It is incredibly easier to get. You don't have to go and negotiate with each individual player. You just go to the Players Association and what they refer to as the PA. And those royalty rates are flat across the board for the most part. So there's not really a whole lot of negotiating. Whereas with college, you have to go out and individually get each college license. And if you're going to work with a player, then you have to work with that individual player's representative. So way more time consuming. That's one of the reasons why it hasn't been done before, beyond just NIL being a relatively new concept previously. So
has it gotten to the point yet? I know it's still fairly new line. Has it gotten to the point yet where like word is spreading what you guys are doing, and like are you being approached by players first? Are you having to go like to them?
Yeah. So on average, I have 10 or so agents in my email every day. We had launched online less than 30 days into the launching. I was approached by an NFL player multiple. We get approached a lot. We've gotten approached by vendors to do a certain player. And the vendor wanted to purchase all of that. So I got asked today, like, oh, well, how do you sell someone on the product? Our action figure is carved by a collector, but built by play. It's built for play, is what I say. So I don't have to sell it. You put it in your hand and it sells itself. Yeah. And word does spread. We cut our first NIL deal with the second largest NFL agency in football. Mm-hmm. And so that kind of helped intensify the situation.
Nice. Now, in fairness, Holly did that before we even had a product.
That's cool.
So, oops.
Yeah. Oops.
But that's really cool, because it's different from having to like basically like chase down leads. Like obviously you're going to go after players you want, but to have just like emails coming in and you're like, oh sweet, it's like here's a list of options already you can start considering, which is really cool.
Yeah, and I'd say we don't get everybody that we want. Right. That's I'd be very hesitant to ever say something like that, but we definitely hit a certain demographic of individuals that would certainly want to work with us. We're not Topps or Panini, and for people that don't know, Panini's like one of the big trading card companies.
Yeah,
those guys can throw around ridiculous sums of money, and we can make your car note for a month. That's like the kind of money we're talking about.
This kind of goes towards one of the questions I had listed. We were talking about the name, image, and likeness deals, and I was going to ask, like, have you thought about even going after NFL players, or even like old college football?
Legacy.
Yeah,
legacy players.
Yeah,
players
old.
that used to play for university and stuff. And so
legacy.
Yeah.
We have. We've been involved in conversations about legacy players, a couple of different ones. I don't know if it'll hit for 25 or not, maybe, but that is something that we certainly discuss. I think it's interesting because some people want to be an action figure. It's their dream, right? And some people don't care. They're all about just show me the money. And so what's great is that there's so many great schools and so many great athletes. To be honest, we only have about a range of like 4 to 6 players that we can do from an NIL perspective a year. They all have to go through Holly in terms of what she wants. So there you go.
Okay.
I guess real quick to still with NIL, not to downplay any of all the amazing players, but would you say sometimes the priority would be like, obviously if like people are wanting too much money or it's really expensive, would you almost prioritize like the player, or is it more kind of like, do you factor in like unlocking another school to be able, and just whatever player is like a good deal you would kind of go with? I don't know about you talk about that, but just
it's a great question.
It's a great question
about our first NIL and how we settled on that.
Individual. So what people don't know or sometimes are just not aware of is we have a caveat or a non-negotiable in our NIL deals. So everyone will tell you that NIL is pay for play, but this is not pay for play. It's NIL our way. So as much as the player succeeds financially in the school and we do, we require a give in every one of our NIL deals. So the player has to stop their world, go into a school and gift a bunch of kids and basically play with them. So sometimes you have players that don't, that doesn't necessarily fit their image, or maybe that's not something that, would be really cool. Our very first NIL deal, we gave out 2 offers. When I said, Rob, who do you want to do? He looked at me and said, Malachi Moore. And there was never a doubt in his mind. So that was one of the first offers, and we offered another player. The other player basically declined it, wanting more money. But, we're not Bose headphones. Bose puts a set of headphones on a player and runs some ads. I make a player into an action figure. I can't resell it if the player gets kicked off, or my whole product has to be removed. So I can't afford that higher payout just simply because of the risk. Also, I am a single mom, so it's really important to me and Rob that our price point doesn't go through the roof on these because of the NIL deals. So it's kind of finding that balance. But then, there's a third tier to all of this, and that is schools need more money. We're just in a world where they need more money for sports funding. So sometimes you can cut an NIL deal at a specific school, and that'll help you kind of close that royalty or that license there, because the school wants the player to succeed too. So it's kind of a mixture of all three. Most importantly, you got to go and you got to give back. These guys are doing really well, and it's important for us for everyone. Not only is our action figure made for collecting, but man, those kids, their heroes start on the football field. That guy played at the local high school and now he's on this big stage, and a kid's ability to hold that in their hand is really cool. And so we that's a non-negotiable. We've never cut an NIL deal without a give in it. It's in all of our current deals that we're cutting. So it's kind of a little bit of everything. But Rob, first name out of his mouth was Malachi Moore. Neither one of us regret that deal. It was a very good deal for everybody. And he's a good kid. He's actually one of the only kids that didn't ask for more money. He asked for more action figures for his mom's classroom.
That's cool.
That's
like,
that's nice, yeah.
You know, how do you say no to that? So I guess we're like raising the next set of collectors, right? Put that core memory in their hand now.
Start them young.
Yeah, it's the goal.
Well, that's cool. So I guess kind of the leading question of that would be like if there was a school that would do a deal for the jersey colors and likeness and stuff, but you couldn't really lock in on a player. Like having a named player with a school is like part of the package deal versus just unlocking a school and just doing like a blank jersey.
We call it
number.
Generic, and that's what
Right,
the majority of our product is generic for each school.
Okay.
Yeah. There's most, and this is kind of the irony, a lot of school bookstores will not sell NIL products. They will only sell generic products.
Oh, interesting.
Which is really counterintuitive, but we understand why, because a lot of times the products that people are trying to push with a player's name on it aren't really great products to begin with. In terms of a demand curve, they might be decent products. They just don't have the kind of demand that you would expect sometimes. So they get stuck with it. And there's certain rules, like if a bookstore is owned by a university, like if it's in a senior season, that stuff has to be gone by January or February, because essentially that player is no longer at that university. He's moved on to training for the tryouts. So they can't sell this like legal jumbo where they can't sell this merchandise with their university logo on for a player that's no longer there, blah, blah, blah. So there's like little nuances to it. But essentially we sell generics and then we try to pick up 4 to 6 NIL deals a year.
Okay.
And so I don't know if I don't think we disclosed how many teams we're doing for 25 yet. How many teams have we announced so far?
I think maybe like 9 so far. We've still got some big ones that people don't know are coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
They're all big. So I'm pretty sure they're all big.
I mean, and I do have some pictures saved of the toy line, and some of the pictures that Holly sent. So I'll bring that up in a little bit. And one of them, I think I saved off of your Facebook page, where it had some of those schools listed.
Yeah, I think everybody was in the top 25. There's like 16 in total. I think everybody was in the top 25 that finished the year in the top 25.
Let's see. I guess the next question I have is: are you going to open this to other college sports, not just football, but also include maybe basketball, hockey? I know that's the big one that Brandon wants, and then field hockey, or like cheerleading.
I would tell you she gets a lot of requests for a lot of different sports. We are certainly doing our best to try to figure out ways to support female athletes through NIL deals. Cheerleaders is something that would be a project that we discussed for like later. Basketball will probably be the next one after mascots. I mean, we still have to do other body types in football, but basketball will be the next after we do mascots. And mascots we're working on right now. So baseball is really tough personally. I'm not saying we wouldn't, but and basketball is actually tough because a lot of those young men, they only stay for a year or two and then they're gone. It's not like college. Well, like a lot of the young men stay for 4 years. Now they might be moving universities, but they stay in college. It seems like for about 4 years. But basketball is usually it's a 1 or 2 and done. Like they go into the draft if they're really that good. So that's cheerleaders would sell like crazy. I don't know. Outside of we talked about gymnasts, we talked about cheerleaders, we talked about basketball players. Baseball, I don't know what else beyond that. I mean, hockey's big in the North, but I don't think it's big in college. At least that's my perception.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of people want it also just for customizing purposes as well. Like having the colors right of a certain team, you could literally make yourself. Put some soft good jeans on that, and it looks like you're wearing a jersey, and put your own head scan on it, and there you go.
You're tailgating.
Yeah, you're tailgating. You have so many options for customizing.
Now we've talked about doing coaches.
Yeah.
There's a few coaches we would do.
So I have a whole list of things on that too, actually, of additional items you're thinking maybe you could think about. But before we jump into one thing, I want to go ahead and shout out Laser Pants. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I'm just here to start drama. Laser Pants. You never start drama. Ever.
Oh, shit.
Listen, I will say everybody always asks what's next sports-wise. Rob hates this answer, but it's a hill I die on. I don't say no to anything because it seems as every time we adventure into what we think is going to be the next step, it takes a turn and, we learn something new. So I don't ever say no. I mean, the field hockey world is truly calling our name.
Hey.
That was the most BS answer. What she left out is the reason why it doesn't work out the way we do is because she went and said yes to something else without talking to me. That's how the hell we keep getting all these little tangents.
Sounds like we're getting rowing.
Yeah. Yep.
100%.
Rowing figures. Ooh, you could even make like a big but just to Laser Pants, thanks for the $5, and you get.
Hey guys, don't forget to check out FigureFightClub.
Thanks, Laser Pants.
So
somewhat ridiculous, yeah. And also, Laser Pants is a mod for this show. Thanks, Laser Pants.
Didn't we go on his show? We went on his show.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has my podcast. He took my podcast virginity or whatever YouTube stream virginity, like very first one.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go, Ryan. You can now brag to your wife.
It's always causing problems. Stealing virginities left and right. Well, the show you guys were on with him is when I realized we could order your figures online that day.
Yeah. That was the episode I bought this one. Yeah.
While you guys were on this episode, I went into the cart and I added a few figures and got it shipped.
Yeah.
It's great.
Well, we snuck. What most people don't know is that we snuck these out. Like,
take my compliment back.
We were not putting this out. Like, there wasn't like a BBTS order for this pre-order, and we didn't put this out there until they were on the boat here. So we did it entirely different than the way I rolled out Savage Crucible. So let the be Mrs. Laserman's.
And she's a single mom, right?
Well, no, that's cool. You get to see product and you're like, ooh, I want it. Oh, it's for sale. Buy. Boom,
exactly.
Yeah. That's cool.
So, and you can see from the chat, women's beach volleyball is being said as well. Let's Go Soccer. So there's options and a lot of options, and I think a lot of the people will buy them because, again, there's a lot of room for customizing here. And plus, you guys bring it with a lot of accessories. There's a lot of stuff you guys put into this, and I'm going to
get sand.
I'm going to share some pictures.
Volleyball. That'd be cool.
you say sand for the volleyball?
Yeah.
Get it. There you go. Let's talk about some photos.
Oh yeah.
So this is looks like color matching.
He doesn't know what I sent you.
I took this picture in China, so I know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
This is literally in a meeting room in the factory in China, color matching the jersey to the product. Yeah.
That's funny. I haven't actually pulled the jersey off yet. Is it just like a white kind of torso underneath the figure?
Underneath is a hard plastic white sub. I guess you can call it like a sub torso.
Yeah.
It has the functionality that comes with the figure, and the actual soft goods jersey is just something that goes over that, and you glue it together. Right. And for that, it's because like you can actually raise the arms up past the shoulder, so the shoulder pads don't impinge the range of motion there very much. So
yeah, I thought that was genius how that works, because it reminds you of like real shoulder pads, how they kind of get out of the way and stuff.
Yes, yeah. Dan Mitchell sculpted this. He did a fantastic job. I think he's gonna be rolling out his new Bushido line pretty soon. I think he's partnering with Spiro Toys on that. I'm not entirely sure when they're going to show that off, but Dan's a very talented sculptor. Did a great job on it. He's very passionate. He loves college and professional sports. So
okay,
it's very nice. Yeah.
Oh, I have him.
That's the first one out of the
Yeah, that was the.
Oh. No, just to the chat, if you guys are watching and you don't own any of these are very well articulated figures. The design it was really well designed. Just again, I have one in hand right now that I'm playing with, and this is one of those figures where you want to like just keep posing and messing around with. So I highly recommend
two things. He can strike the Heisman pose, and we need to know who Talib1980 _ is, because we got to ban him from the website purchasing anything. So
Talib causing trouble always.
So y'all have to give Rob all the credit. He went to the manufacturer and stayed for I think 20 days or something, and he literally hand watched everything come to life, from color matching to fixing boxes and all that. So the interesting thing about college is they will give you a very specific color. But when you actually put that into a mold, it looks nothing like it should. So he, one of the few, but he did his time in that factory for a good while to make sure that they were very well made figures. Oh gosh, I want a Lane Kiffin so bad. To whoever just put that in the comments, I want an Ole Miss player. I want a Lane Kiffin.
All right.
Rob, did you? So when like you saw like the samples and the sculpting and all that, did you have any kind of say in like tweaks you wanted, or was it all like nailed like the first time from seeing all the like articulation points and just the different technologies in how the figure works?
We didn't change hardly anything on the sculpt. It was one of the rare times that we kind of just nailed it. We did go with a standard articulation that we knew that would work. We didn't try to press the envelope like we do with Savage Crucible, and that was just because we knew that it needed to be a little bit more durable in terms of like potentially kids playing with it and things like that, and hold up to people that aren't action figure collectors messing around with it.
Those are just big kids.
They're just big kids. Fair enough. So no, the factory did an amazing job, and I mean everyone involved. I think the one thing that gave me the most heartburn was the actual packaging that came in, because trying to match the colors was problematic, because you would. This is just going to bore the shit out of some people, but basically, like I actually went to the printer, we printed what I wanted. I was like, "This is it," And then they're like, all right, we'll bring some more samples over that afternoon. And they brought them over. And I was like, what the fuck went wrong? Like, I was just there. And what would happen is like, you know, there's like finishes that can go over the box, and that literally will change the color. And so like you hear people talk about Pantones and how you have to know your Pantones or whatever. You can throw Pantones out the fucking window, because once you start adding coatings and sprays over everything, the Pantones don't matter anymore, because you can tell them all day long it was printed in this Pantone, but it doesn't match. And so that's just the reality of the situation. And most people don't realize that, you know, Pantone's a company and they try to standardize colors and they do a really great job of it. But what you make it out of has a huge impact on how the color comes out. So putting a Pantone color on a sheet of paper that's matte, you do this formula. And then for gloss, you do this formula, and it should be the same. But when you get into different types of plastic, and understand that an action figure will be POM, PVC, ABS. Those are 3 different substances. And so trying to match that Pantone to get it to work the way it's supposed to is a very tricky process. But paper in itself, just the additives in terms of coatings to get that shine or matte finish you want, can really change it. So that's why it was definitely problematic.
So you'd actually take the time to get the sample back, see, for example, even on the figure where the colors are off with the different plastics, and actually go back to the factory and tune it to make it right.
I didn't leave the factory. I was there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And that's like, you would think like, why don't other companies do that? But then we get stuff like the She-Hulk from Hasbro with like the knees are like different colors and elbows are different colors and stuff like that. And I'm like, why don't they like fix it?
So the real answer, and thanks Brutal Realm, we did see that, is that lots of times it's about schedules, right? Like, so especially like a Hasbro or whatever, you're trying to hit shipping windows. That's very important for when you get product out. The next thing is just to be quite frank, at some factories, they'll send you something and you think that's what you're getting. And then when you get your final product, it's not what they sent you. Okay.
Well, sometimes it's too late. It's like way past the point that you can even.
Yeah, like everything's already like, and so like it can get really tricky. I mean, I really love our factory that we work with. They do a fantastic job. Really go the extra mile. But I think that the average factory in China is not going to go above and beyond. They're going to give you exactly what you asked for. And if you don't know what you're asking for, and 9 times out of 10 you don't, you are going to get hammered. That's the truth of the matter. And it's unfortunate, but I just tell people, like, if you're going in and you're trying to get the cheapest price at a factory, you've already messed up.
Yep.
All right, you're in a world of hurt, because they've already given the lowest price that they can in the entire country that you're aware of, and then you're going to want them to go above and beyond to get your product right. They're just trying to get your project done out the door and forget about it, because they didn't make any money off of it. And so sometimes it's a little short-sighted on their part, sometimes it's a little short-sighted on our part. And so that's just my personal, everyone can have a different opinion about it, but that's my take on the matter. So that's why going with the smaller boutique factory is going to be in your favor 9 times out of 10. Can you get a lower price at a bigger factory? Yes, but you're always going to have issues like that pop up, and they're not going to care.
Well, I mean, knowing is half the battle, and you know, I love the transparency of just the inner workings of the entire process, because again, like, you know, a lot of times we jump to conclusions and like they don't care or whatever, and just knowing more helps us make more educated, more educated opinions, so we can just understand more and not be so critical, or be more critical if we need to. Like,
yeah, and it's kind of weird because being here and involved on this side and hearing different stories from both perspectives on how a manufacturer or a toy company will present it versus what's going on at the factory. Lots of times those stories don't really add up. And for what it's worth, right? But at the same time, I think that you can be more critical as long as you know what you're talking about. I don't think anyone goes in it trying to deceive anybody or not trying to deliver on something.
Right. Yeah.
I think it's just also there's cultural differences that people don't quite understand. Like that's a huge importance. Saving face in China is a really big deal. Like trying to hold someone's feet to the fire is not generally a good idea. All right. Because it's really super embarrassing, and it's something you think is okay here, but there it's not. So that's a huge thing as well. I think that I don't know. It's just it's interesting for a lot of different reasons. I think one of the things that was really neat is I got to go to a lot of different factories when I was in China, because they just didn't have me in a room sitting there all day waiting for the next sample to come in. They actually literally drove me to other factories in other cities to go see their facility and see what they're doing, how they do it. And you think, like, why would you take a client to a different factory, to essentially your competitor? And they didn't really care. Like, that's not like, because they were all friends. Like, a lot of those factories are friends with each other. They know each other. They, it's just like here in America, a lot of the indie toy companies, we all know each other. A lot of us talk. So it's really an interesting concept, but there's a lot of people that are ex-employees of big companies like Hasbro that actually are Hasbro China, not Hasbro US. So there's always, like I said, two sides to every story. I doubt you're ever getting the real story when you're just listening to one side, but there is a lot that goes into making action figures. It is just as much art as it is science. So,
okay, cool. Now I guess the question really is about who decided on all the design points of the articulation in the figures.
Yeah.
That's
so
Rob.
That's Rob. You didn't make that decision, Holly?
I handed it to the 8-year-old in the back seat and said, "Swing it around and make sure it doesn't break."
Yeah, she did.
Hey, that's good field testing.
No, I mean, me and Dan were on the same page. The only thing we really talked about was mid-torso articulation, and I didn't want it to have mid-torso articulation because it would cut up the jersey, and then you're getting that bazooka look from Classified, which I just don't like.
Okay.
And so, honestly, when you think about football in general, rarely do you see a lot of really heavily bending over at the midsection. When you think about it, they're normally keeping their spine in a correct manner, whether they're trying to reach out to catch the ball, whether they're getting down in a stance, whether they're throwing. There's generally not a lot of that crunched over look unless they're in pain, right? So we didn't feel like, so when you think about it, like, you get all these amazing poses that look like dramatic football poses without the ab crunch. And you get this great, nice jersey. And then once again, the attention to detail in the jersey is it is amazing. All the little creases in there. So
yeah,
the refrigerator Perry would be pretty awesome. Now, I'm pretty sure you can take the heads off of Collegiate Legends and put it on a Valaverse figure, by the way.
Yeah, I haven't taken the head. I mean, so that leads me to another question I had written down earlier today. Have you guys thought about even like releasing additional head scans and stuff, like maybe an unhelmeted scan that would go with it with the figures, and then maybe like a different color helmet as well?
So like a different color. So you mean just popping the head off? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, just like swappable heads. Like maybe if you want have a head scan that's without the helmet.
We talked about that. Like if we got to a point where we started doing NILs and then wanting to do a scan of someone's head and releasing it. Yes, we discussed that for the future. I think that the arms themselves are not really customizer friendly from my standpoint. If you're a well-versed customizer, you're going to be just fine. But we didn't design the figure with people taking it apart in mind. we've talked about doing blanks or just doing a Collegiate Legends football player, like just in a black jersey or whatever, and having a couple different skin tones, so people can make whatever they want. But
that was one of the questions from Plastic Boy Wonder.
We talked about it. I just don't know how long it would take to sell through a blank run. And we're kind of maxed out in terms of, like, we're doing literally 16 teams for 2025. So I think we're
that's a lot.
That's a lot of SKUs at one time.
Yeah.
But yeah, certainly something for us to think about.
Yeah, and we're working on. We see the comments, we hear the suggestions. I think a lot of times just getting through working through each and every one of them. We don't do on like a public stage. We don't advertise it across Instagram. So we're working on it. There will be some, I think, hand customizations coming. Different schools want the hands to do different things. So, and we hear everybody asking for tattoos and things like that. So we're trying, it just takes time. And I think because in the action figure world, this didn't launch like a regular figure. So there wasn't like a pre-sale or anything like that. It just kind of came out. I think sometimes people forget or need to give us a little bit of patience to kind of catch up to requests. We're working on it in the background because just as you comment, I call him and say, hey, so somebody had this idea. So we're working on it. Definitely. That's the Texas A&M guy.
I was going to say, that's one of the new ones, the Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And then it looks like he's coming with a similar. I mean, again, there's a lot of accessories that come with these figures, and then like the separate ball. But so it looks like it'll be similar accessories in this case, for at least for now.
Yes.
Yeah, for Texas A&M. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no problem. There you go. That one.
That's Clemson, I think. Yeah.
Yep, it's Clemson.
I love that there's a separate ball, but then also the ball is molded into the hand, because that way you don't have to worry about them like dropping it or you lose it or whatever. It's just that is that purpose. And if you don't want that, you have plenty of other hands to do other kind of gestures. I always like the molded in accessories for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that ball has never left his hand. So
yeah, same. Oh man, just to see the different colors is just like so cool.
And these are all the new teams that are going to be coming out this year.
Yeah. 25. Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then there's Auburn.
That's cool.
So like, even going back, so Cam Newton doesn't I don't think he plays for any NFL team right now. So that's like someone you could possibly sign, and he's all for the kids too. So and he went to Auburn, so you already got the school, and you could possibly get him, and there you go. You'll have Cam Newton figures.
Would you want him to have one of those big hats with the feathers coming up?
Accessories. Give him like a soft goods like robe he could put on too, because I know he does that stuff.
Actually, that would be pretty awesome. Soft goods robe over the jersey, over the pad. Yeah,
that would be amazing.
Very Cam Newton of him.
I don't want to
put my name.
Is my only worry about Cam Newton.
If you want to put my name on a jersey, I'll let you for free.
Oh,
no NIL. Just have it.
Which would you want to do, Brandon or Illustrated Pigs?
It could be professional. It could be my last name. That's fine.
Nice.
And you
surprisingly, neither one of us have one with our last name on it.
We don't.
We don't. We might start with ours first. We'll let you know how it goes.
So is there so you guys have them pre-numbered? Do you guys select the numbers that come like on the jerseys as well then? Like is it 3 per team?
We usually do a light skin and a dark skin.
Mm-hmm.
And then we do we don't pick the numbers. We take suggestions and we offer suggestions. So like Texas A&M will be 12 because they do the 12th man. Alabama's
don't a lot of schools do that?
No, actually,
I mean,
like
I'm wearing my
Alabama
Penn jersey.
18. Alabama has 18.
Okay.
And then most of the other schools, for the most part, we just pick one.
Okay.
Or the year number. That's why you see a lot of guys wearing 25 in some of our shots, is because it's the year.
Okay.
Yeah, some of the schools actually have restrictions on what numbers they'll let you produce, like from a generic
Interesting.
standpoint.
Mhm.
Like so BYU is one of those. So it just kind of depends. I think the part of this that's very hard for action figure collectors and to understand is we have the hurdles of college licensing, and sometimes it's worse than like Disney, percentage wise or rules wise. So we make suggestions, they make suggestions to us, and we kind of find a middle ground. But yeah, some of them you're only allowed the year. You're only allowed the number 1 or 0. It just kind of depends on the school.
Okay. Here's a list of, some of them.
Mm-hmm. So no one knows our full list except for him and I, and occasionally Rob doesn't know it because I say yes to another school and don't tell him yet.
God, I wish she was kidding right now. You have no idea.
So we'll roll we've been rolling our full list out at basically 2 a day. And so we'll roll that out until we can, get to the number 15 plus Alabama from last year. So 16. And then after that, we will roll our NILs out. So we have, on top of the generics of all these places, we also have 2 big NIL deals this year at minimum. So I think those will be pretty exciting. I mean, Rob could tell you if he wanted to. I'm going to put that one on him. But after
You Marcus Vick, right? Didn't you, Marcus Vick?
I've been asking you to do one team a day. That's what I've like. No,
I know. So I went to 2 a day, and everybody's yelling at me in my DMs that they want the full list, and he's yelling at me for 1 a day. So I think I promise they will all get there, and then you'll all start to see kind of the first run of the uniforms, because we might be telling you what the school is, but you're not fully seeing the figure. So you'll kind of see that. The only school that I have like ruled out publicly and continually said will not happen is Notre Dame. And that is because they do not license to anyone who manufactures in China. So that's just not an option for us. Like it's not going to happen unless they change this archaic rule. But besides that, I think most teams are on the table. And
there's a lot of North Carolina love in this chat. So.
Yeah.
Sorry, Samuel. Holly gutted you.
When all the colleges are made and Notre Dame doesn't have a fig yet, the stadium will fill with, they'll be chanting, "We want a fig! We want a fig!"
That policy is like 30 years old, so I don't think it's changing. Like it's literally 30 years old.
Yeah. Although no one agrees with it, and everyone thinks it's dumb. Yeah. But there will be no Rudy figure, sadly.
So, no, technically we can do Rudy. I just can't put Notre Dame on the uniform.
I could do the colors, just not the logos.
Exactly.
Holly, that's a really good idea. That actually.
All right, I need a water boy figure.
Oh no, that one's definitely come up. That water boy.
We've already we've had that discussion.
Oh, yes.
I need a Bobby Boucher.
Yes.
With the single bar going all the way across.
Oh yeah, the kicker helmet. Yes.
Yeah, the kicker helmet.
Bobby Boucher would be great. I would be here for that one. And we actually, we have an offer. We have a discussion out to one NFL player that we've kind of. Rob said, "I won't kill you. Too bad if you go for it." So we went for it. So there is that far off possibility.
I just want everyone to see the confused look on my face so that they know.
This is the first time you're hearing these words.
What?
No.
We will have someone asked if we're going to have a booth at Joe Fest for Collegiate Legends. There will be a Collegiate Legends booth at Joe Fest.
Somebody said, "Don't forget Farmer Fran." Was it Joseph?
And Collegiate Legends have a booth at ZoloCon, and they're going to have a booth at Toylanta as well. So,
okay. I will be at Toylanta for sure. Yeah. So I'll be there.
I'll be at that one definitely.
Okay.
Oh, he's gonna kill me.
Oh wow! Yeah,
nice.
So there are some perks to having a college action figure. So we actually will go out through the stadium and we'll give some action figures out to kids.
It's cool.
So we do have a maybe that's it. Like we are putting the Lord's work in for like the next set of action figure collectors. You know, we're hitting kids young and trying. So and they might not have the best description of the figure, but they love it just as much as the man children do. So,
well, they'll get the chance to see. I think that third episode of that Fox series is going to have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Malachi opening at the school. So.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
That's cool.
So in 2 weeks we will debut on Fox Nation. They did a documentary following football players. So last week. They saw Ryan Williams open a trading card. And in episode 3, they do a clip on the first ever NIL action figure in college football.
That's
and
cool.
So you guys will get to see, if you watch it, you'll get to see the clips of the kids opening, Malachi handing out, closer look at what we are doing in the classroom with the give backs. And, a really good look at the toy. So yeah, it's Fox Nation is where that'll be in 2 weeks.
That's cool to check that out.
Vegas.
You said Vegas.
Yeah, this was in Vegas.
So cool. All the players just. That's what I'm the most excited for. Is just to get like the players on the line. Just for like a pose and have them all lined up is going to be sick. Yeah, I don't care if all the jerseys mismatch. I just want a team, like just all players on there.
It would be really cool to have, and you could literally use like an entire table like this and have a football field out of it.
Yeah, you just connect all the grass bases together, and
or just have some diorama and some goalposts.
Yeah,
that's another question. Are you guys going to do like a goalpost?
Just let me get mascots out, guys. Okay.
We're super excited to see y'all have teams, matching against each other this year. Right?
Yeah, definitely for sure.
So to kind of see some stop motion and we have like Alabama lost last year and the figure was crying in the shower, which was amazing. So to be able to see that interaction this year, because we're expanding, is I think going to be really exciting. A lot of our bookstores, like our larger school bookstores, they are getting some of the opponent too. So you'll kind of see what you guys do in the action figure world go over to the college sports world, because they are non-collectors and they're going to battle each other a little bit on social media. So Tennessee's wants to come after Alabama, and Alabama wants Auburn figures. So it might be fun for y'all to see the amateurs try to go at the posing and things like that.
There's definitely welcome to try all of it, because again, it's already a small community, so we're always looking to expand, right?
Yep.
We need more people to spend more money on toys so we can get more toys.
That's the goal.
Oregon will be in 26. It won't be in 25.
Oregon, there you go. Okay.
Y'all can blame that on Rob. Yeah, we're already licensed there. That's his fault.
Okay.
Gosh, I want a local Legends run. I'm with you. Like just the high school name.
Someone brought up Key and Peele. We talked about doing that as well. That was,
dude. Yes.
Yeah. So that would be awesome.
I'm trying to remember that Keanu Reeves movie where he was like the replacement or something.
The replacements. Yep.
Yeah, the replacements.
That would be dope too.
There's a crap ton of football movies you could do.
I know.
Like,
you need a Denzel Washington figure just for like as a coach.
Yep.
So you guys had talked about accessories, right? We were talking about that a little bit. You said different hands, and we kind of already mentioned the heads, like unhelmeted and like different colors. What about like trophies or little Gatorade bottles, or like little water squeeze bottles too,
or coolers or whatever?
Yeah.
So we can't do cigars, cigarettes, or alcohol.
Of course, it's for the kids, guys.
That's just a university policy. Actually, they're not going to let you. I think it's for the adults too.
So I will say, Gatorade wants us to make a Gatorade bottle. I think that's definitely an option.
Or just like a water bottle
there
situation.
Yeah. So the accessories are definitely something we're looking into sooner rather than later. As Rob laser beams through the computer screen. But it'll just depend. I think finding the right partner in that is, especially if there's a brand involved, is important. And that can really align with our NIL deals. So some kids are Gatorade kids or Red Bull kids or things like that. So it's probably coming in the future. It's just, I think, once again, sometimes in action figure world, you see the pre-sale and then the year while you're waiting on that pre-sale, the brand is, lining up these other things. And because we appeared, full product in hand, we're getting there. All the other things are coming. It just, I feel like we work pretty quickly. Rob could correct me on that, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
Cheerleaders are coming, I think.
Wait, no, we're not saying cheerleaders are coming.
No. I think 2026, at the end of 2026, 2027. I feel like that's cheerleader time.
I gotta turn the brightness on my lights on so you guys can't see how red I'm getting.
Oh man, cheerleaders.
I mean, I think it's a good choice, to be honest with you.
I think those would sell like
wildfire. Actually, probably more than half the chat will buy cheerleaders.
Yeah. We just did like half a pre-record on just female figures alone.
Yeah.
Like
just did a pre-record on female figures.
Yeah.
RG, so
yeah.
That's coming up with one of the fighters we get to miss. You guys were talking about different body sizes, like different players with different body sizes. So which size are you guys thinking about doing? Like one of the linemen's?
Yeah, so the way I envision it, as a base, you have to have at least 3 body types. You need what I consider a QB, wide receiver, DB body type. Then you need a running back, linebacker body type, and then you need a lineman body type. And that would be like the bare minimum.
Yeah.
And then from there, you could do some shorter individual players or something to that effect to get a little bit closer to certain body types. But the plan right now is use our current body type. We're expanding to mascots, and then we'll do a second body type, which I would like to do the big guys first. Personally,
that would be fun. That'd be cool. Yeah,
I agree.
Okay, so what's interesting about this is the big guys, like your linemen, when you go to them for an NIL deal and you're like, hey, we don't have that body type just yet. Like,
they don't care.
They don't care. Like, they think their body type looks like what we currently have.
They're like, that's me.
It looks just like me.
Yeah.
I mean, which is
like here's the thing.
Right? Again, it's a toy, right? It could be, it's imagination. It could be whatever you want it to be. And
they're like, from the left angle, I look like that. You know, catch me on my good side.
Yeah, so I mean, the chat's for it too. We need a thick boy. Except for Samuel. Samuel Edwards is just all over the place. He wants a thick cheerleader.
This is why Rob is hesitant to cheerleaders. This comment right here, because he's like, are they well endowed? Are they not? Do you have multiple sizes?
Yeah.
My response is, yeah. I mean, you gotta have.
I don't really want to lose the university license because Samuel did something inappropriate and it took off. It went viral.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with Samuel though. He does that stuff.
Well, you got to have the flyers and you got to have the bases. Maybe some male cheerleaders to help out.
Flyers and bases, the most politically correct thing I've ever heard.
There you go, flyers and bases. Yeah, I know these terms. My sister was a cheerleader.
You can even make male cheerleaders too, because that's the thing in college football.
Yeah,
it is. Absolutely.
So you're not losing out on that.
I'm not sure what the demand curve is for male cheerleaders.
I mean, you could ask the chat, guys. Is there a demand for male cheerleaders? Art G is here. What's up, Art?
What's up, Art? I'll tell you, with that, I'll totally buy. I don't know how many are on a squad, but I'll totally buy 15 and get them all posed up in like in a pyramid formation and everything. And
okay, that is a must. If we do cheerleaders, they do need to be able to stack, right? Like that's
yeah, they have to. Right? Yeah, it's a requirement. Magnetic hands.
Yeah. I can see that. I can buy that. Still not agreeing to it, Holly.
It's too late. The partner
guys, if you get behind me, I will be your cheerleader for this. I will
honestly. Chris, he'll be at Ishcon. He'll be at Toyland at Anzillicon. He's one of my childhood best friends. He came with us out to Vegas, and he's never had as much fun as he had in Vegas because he got to watch me turn bright red every time Holly talked to somebody because I was about to lose my shit. Like
he was. But so what's so interesting about Vegas is we went in with a specific lineup. And I like the refs idea, yes.
There you go.
So the world, we deal with a lot of wholesalers just in this world. And so that demand can, curve or change. It could take you from 10 teams to 15. And, we were just trying to fulfill that. But cheerleaders was mentioned at Vegas too. So
there's a demand for cheerleaders, Rob. I mean, the chat's all screaming for it. Holly's all for it. I mean, I'm for it too. I can't speak for Brandon, but I'm assuming he is because
he said I was going to build a whole squad.
He wanted to fight 15.
I know Holly's wants, and cheerleaders are like number 8 on her list.
True statement. True statement. My favorite is if I call him twice and he doesn't answer, I just tell the person yes, and then he'll call me back and be like, hey, what's up? I'm like, oh, I just agreed to be in 10 different gas stations in Florida. He's like, it's like,
true story. It's a true story.
Yeah, it's a true story. I literally called him twice. I gave him 2 hours, and then a larger vendor contacted us about being in multiple, that they're like a Buc-ee's, but in Florida. And I was like, oh, too late. We're there. Like,
RG's thinking over here, 2-pack, cheerleader 2-packs, 1 male, 1 female.
Male, 1 female.
There you go.
Equality. You
he could hold her up.
Oh, that's how you could do the packaging. He's holding her up. It's just be a long packaging, but it would work.
Oh, I don't think we can get the rights to Bear Bryant.
No, yeah, we couldn't get the. I mean,
it can be Foot Locker.
It's actually not a bad idea for cross branding.
Yeah,
that's actually very.
They could have yellow flags.
Yeah, little whistles on their fingers, and
I mean, I feel like we gotta have both though, like a necklace whistle and like a finger, like a hand one.
Mm-hmm. That would actually be like if I could pick a third career at this point, I would love to be a football ref. I think it would be so much fun. I don't know how you do that, but
you would just like throwing flags at people. That's the problem.
Exactly.
The game would never finish. You would just keep throwing it at people.
I think
that's not a bad idea doing a Bucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you know the best part is you could probably talk to them and they'll probably sell your figures in their stores too, or at their stations. I don't know what I've never been to a Bucky.
Well,
Buggies is an experience.
Is it?
It is
True experience. Yes.
Yeah.
So the other end of all of this, and this is the warning that I put out to my wholesalers, so I will say it to all of you.
Mm-hmm.
We are rolling into 16 teams total.
Okay.
We don't have 1 million of each of these. So this year we are in a lot more wholesalers than we were last year. So when they are gone, they are gone. As soon as you see them online, my advice is purchase, because when we're out, and the next shipment won't be here before Christmas.
I'm buying a few more right now. Just to use it. I need a few more players.
Is what it is.
Yeah, and just for the folks at home, how many teams were we supposed to do for 25? What was the original number? Just
6 to 10.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
So
and that grew to 16.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay.
So
I know. So you have Auburn, LSU, Texas A&M, Clemson, Penn State, South Carolina, BYU, Georgia, and Tennessee is as of earlier today. Did you just announce Navy as well? Then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So Navy's out there, and then there are some bigger name.
Say one.
I mean, I always say you can't have Navy without having Army. So that one will be coming.
Yep.
And we are all aware of the national champions. So the current national champions, I think that one will make a whole lot of people happy. So yeah, my only advice here is get them early because I expanded to 16 teams. So we have a very, Penn State is on our list.
I think he wants a mascot really badly. Art gets crazy.
The Midi Lion.
Yeah, Penn State really wants a mascot from us as well.
Yeah, they agree.
They're very passionate about their mascot there.
He does not come with a crucifix, but you're more than welcome to accessorize them yourself. I mean, I think that could a little DIY there.
With the mascots, unless I'm like not remembering correctly, I feel like when you talked about the possibility of mascots on 3POA, I don't know if you were just like, this could be interesting, but I believe you said something like you could do like guy in a suit, or like what if the mascot was like real, like almost like an
anthropomorphic mascot.
Anthropomorphic, yeah. Am I remembering that correctly?
You are. There's two different ways to go about it. Most universities are open to both, to be honest. And if I'm being realistic, we probably will do both.
I was just going to ask have you decided a route, basically?
We wouldn't do. I don't think that we would do them quite at the same scale. If we did man in suit, it would be in scale with the football players. But if we did more of an anthropomorphic, I imagine that being slightly bigger.
That could be cool.
Maybe more in lines with the Cyrus Crucible type figure. So that's just off the top of my head. But
yeah.
So we can't quote you.
Oh, she will, but not correctly, mind you. But no, we're actually working on mascots right now. That is a project.
Nice.
Okay. Let's see.
I'll
I know.
just say, don't say these things if you don't want me to pick the words out.
That is,
and
yeah.
manipulate them together to go with my agenda.
You want, yeah.
So.
Oh.
Yeah, you said the mascots are. When were you planning to get them out?
26.
26. Okay. And are you going to be starting with like the schools you've announced? I'm assuming.
So no, it doesn't mean that schools we've announced won't have mascots, but mascots opens the door to schools that we maybe wouldn't start with in terms of football, right?
Interesting.
I think someone mentioned Mizzou.
I saw a Mizzou fan in the chat.
Right.
We got
so
you, mascots.
If you think about it, you got the Auburn Tigers, you got the Clemson Tigers, you got the LSU Tigers, you got the Penn State Nittany Lions, and then you got the BYU Cougars. So they're all relatively similar. The head sculpts might be a little bit different on two of those teams, but there's no reason why you shouldn't roll out with every one of those.
I mean, Old Dominion has a monarch lion. Just throwing that out there.
All you gotta do is, if you come to the slats in Vegas during that convention, Holly will say yes to you. So just not like you're the buyer, and it'll be fine.
Okay. So just get my hopes up and then crush them later.
Makes sense.
I'll say and then follow through with it. Like if I say yes, then
yeah. Old Dominion. See, I'm wearing the jersey right now.
If y'all see me at one of like Toylanta or whatever, that's not my world. So he gets I get all the payback there. They're like, don't touch the figures, don't move the table, don't breathe.
Oh my god! So I'm there, right? Like we got these samples. The factory worked their ass off to get these samples there for this show. All right, and samples are really expensive.
Yeah,
and we have a light skin and a dark skin of each team. I look up. The lady from Penn State has got the figure tucked in her arm, and like Stephen was like, "Oh, ma'am, I need that," and she's like, "No," and Holly's like, "Oh, I gave it to her," and I'm like,
"That's funny."
They needed it to So I think what's difficult to explain to non-collectors is that we don't really know how to move a figure, right? That's a learned habit. So in my defense, I was like, let her take it so that this is a whole new stream of revenue for these schools. They have no idea.
Figures in boxes that we gave free to the people.
Instead, here's the factory. Here's the sample. That's awesome.
She just completely omits that altogether.
So what you're saying is, when guys in the chat, when you see her at one of these conventions, just ask for the figure on the table, and I have it, and she will give it to you. Free figures, guys, and like those are pre-production ones, so it's even better because it's probably worth a lot more money.
More coveted.
For any Penn State fans, there is a Penn State prototype in the state of Pennsylvania right now.
That's awesome.
So just throwing it out there. If you want to go track it down, it's there somewhere.
He goes, Zolocon is coming up. I was like, what's that mean?
It's like, it's in Pennsylvania. We wanted both of them there.
So somebody just asked about uniform variants.
Yeah.
He's not
allowed to buy it from you guys, though.
This is why, that's his realm. I think there will be some variants, not this year, but I think that's definitely something in the future. This is actually something that brings him so much anxiety. The color and the pairing, it's a difficult choice. So I think you will have variants because he sees that sort of in the future. And now it might be like with the specific NIL player that has that, like a throwback jersey or, something like that. But those things will be coming.
So, yeah, I think that what's unique is how many teams have so many different uniforms. I think most teams do have a lot of different uniforms, and they change every year. And that's just sort of a thing that they do now. I would love to do the Jolly Roger Navy uniform. Like I'm Army, but that Jolly Roger uniform is awesome. It has so many nostalgia kicks for me, with the skull and cross and bones and the white. Like it's an awesome uniform that I would love to do. And so there are a lot of uniforms, alternates that we would like to do, not just in addition to like home and away jerseys. Like there's a lot. The problem you run into is that it changes from year to year. So that's something that teams just do. Like they just update their uniform every year now, are they going to roll out 4 to 8 new jerseys a year? And so unfortunately, like I watch Alabama all the time, so I'm not used to that. Penn State fans should not be used to that, but most other teams, like 90% of them, do that. Like that's what they do. And so it can be problematic because most people don't realize, like when you get the licensing with the university, they give you very specific Pantones. This is the Adobe file for all the different logos. This is what's the trademark. There's a whole list of trademark names and phrases they all give you. They don't give you every detail of the uniform because no one's doing an entire uniform.
Yeah,
right?
That makes sense. Yep.
And so then you have to decide, like, and they're like, well, I don't know what, like, they don't want to pick like what uniform. The person that's in charge, he's like, I don't know, like you tell me. And then you're like, oh, well, I want this one. They're like, well, we don't use that one anymore. We discontinued that 2 years ago. And you're like, okay. So it's just kind of interesting, but there are like little nuances that honestly that they didn't account for because no one's putting a product out there that completely represents the player on the field. And so there are little challenges there to overcome from that perspective.
That's actually very true. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's also funny that like it would make life so much easier if they just say, "Hey, use our home uniform for the current year, like the year you guys signed with them." It just makes more sense to me. Keep it simple.
They actually won't give you the jersey font. Like, so we actually go purchase we have to purchase a jersey for every single university.
And that's because like Adidas or Under Armour or Nike, in some instances, created the font that's on the jersey and they own the rights to that font.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So it has to be slightly different, but enough to.
RG's making comment about that the Penn State figure that's somewhere in.
Oh my God,
the factory did so make funny. The factory did make another one to take.
He's in Pennsylvania, so.
Oh, we know. I was on a show last week.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, they flipped out on because I think I showed the Penn State figure on their show. But yeah, so there'll be two Penn State samples at the.
Art, you need to find her, buddy. I believe
you. They are samples. They're not the final because there have been adjustments made to Penn State. So.
Yeah, no, it'll be there. Maybe just one of them will be there. But the figure one will be there because the other one is somewhere in the state of Pennsylvania.
So a week from today, there'll be 3 Penn State prototypes.
So that's actually a good idea with Endless Fables. Is saying wired flags would be cool. I agree. Yeah, it would be great accessory with the male and female cheerleader.
Well, I was thinking with mascots, but
pom-poms.
And mascots, yeah. And then Samuel Edwards, God's favorite color is Carolina blue. Still not out there, but I want the chat to start fisting. Start throwing some fists out in the chat and make sure to hit that like button, guys. We need that support. And once we see enough fists in the chat, we'll go ahead and do another giveaway.
You can summon the giveaway with fists in the chat.
By fisting the chat, yes.
All right, I gotta grab drink. Holly, do not agree to anything while I'm going.
All right.
What do you guys want? What are we gonna agree to?
Can we get Old Dominion? I need Virginia Tech, Old Dominion.
I'm here for Virginia Tech, absolutely.
Maryland, University of Maryland.
That's on my list. Terps, go Terps.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my wife is a Terp, so I have to get it for her. I also need Duke.
There.
Oh, really? That's cool. Okay.
Yeah, I think Duke's probably on its way, coming pretty soon with UNC. So,
man.
I think that maybe not this year. Listen, I do all the giveaways. They're so much fun. Like, I think that's why he's angry. Is I do the giveaways.
So while he's not here, do you want to tell us some of the big school names?
I mean, Army, Ohio State.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
You'll see those. We have of the projected 5 Heisman candidates, we have multiple NILs with Heisman candidates this year. So
look at her eyes.
It can only be so many of them. So yeah.
So Army and Navy, Rob can blame that on me, but he's been asking for that one since day one. It's just licensing was to be transparent. When you go to get licensed for Army and Navy, it doesn't say Army and Navy on the license. It's like 7 different letters that stand for something. So I kept telling him I couldn't find the license, and it's because I didn't know the correct acronym. So he could have had that one a lot sooner. But yeah, we've got all the major schools coming this year, and some even bigger NILs. So that's a great question that Rob could probably answer, but I'll tell you what I'm telling everybody. I don't know if it's accurate or not. I think that pre-orders for this season will be up somewhere around spring game time, so like April. But he might have a different answer to that. But I'm thinking sometime around April. Rob, do you have a different answer to that?
I'm not committing to a date that I don't know.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to ask was, were you going to do like kind of trickle like school after school with space in between, or is it going to be like multiple schools ready to go at once?
They're all going to drop at once.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
With the caveat, like I'm telling you guys, once they're gone, they're gone. Like,
John is saying with a Kickstarter. Did you all say no? It's not going to be a Kickstarter.
No, there's no Kickstarters.
Yeah,
they just are ready.
Let's see.
They're ready. Yep.
Ooh.
All right. Well, 1 second, Rob. I'm going to supersize you for a second, but hashtag you can do it. I didn't even announce what the hell I'm giving away, and you guys.
I totally read that as you can do
it. You can do it.
I thought you spelled it wrong for a second.
My spelling's pretty damn good.
No, because I read it as bolt.
Let me just show this off. I'm going to be giving away one of the Collegiate Legend figures. This is, I want to say it's one of the not blank, but like no name
generic.
Figures. Yeah, generic. Again, great figure. We own them as well, and they're great, awesome figures.
I'm telling you, whoever wins this, if you don't have one yet, you're going to be instantly hooked to it.
I gave one away to Yojo Jerk, and when he got it in hand, he was pleasantly surprised how good the figure was. He was like, and he's not a sports guy, so when he held it and messed around with it, he was like, "Holy crap, this is really good." So again, don't pass on this
Crucible figure. Didn't I send him a Savage? Isn't he on our list? I think he's on our list.
Yojo Jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. He won this at. I had donated this one of the figures to Tony Legend Series. He was doing a 24-hour stream, and he was doing some giveaways. So I was like, hey, throw this one in there. And then I think I threw in a Savage as well. Can't remember. I have a lot of Savages I give away on this show. I'm pretty sure I've already given 2 or 3 away.
Nice.
I got them all from you. at Joe Lenta. Let's supersize you. You were showing something off.
Yeah.
Oh, this is just to mess with people, unfortunately, in a negative way. But like we did do samples for Oregon, but we're not rolling it out for 25.
That helmet was nice. That looks
it was. And then I have one more. So Oregon will definitely be for 26. And then this next figure, I promise, will be in 26. But we just didn't. Remember, these are samples, so it's not everything is.
I never know what he's going to pull out, guys. Oh, there it is. There it is, guys.
Oh,
North Carolina.
Carolina blue, guys. Everyone get excited.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So.
That's
and
awesome.
It wasn't about like whether we liked a team or didn't like a team that made our list for 25. It was actually about how many vendors that we made contact with. And so that had a huge influence. And then also because we really were only supposed to do 6 teams, and then Holly beat me to 10, and then somehow we ended up at 16.
Close. 6-16.
Yeah, it's got a 6 in it, right?
We started with 6, and then we made it to 10. I was like, let's add them together. I mean, it made sense. You know,
you could probably even go bigger, to be honest.
That's 20. Yeah, like
let's go 20.
That's a lot of figures.
He's like, guys, this will be out next year, and I'm like, maybe bowl games, maybe January.
I have to make little locker rooms in each of these shelves for all the players. Like, that'd be cool.
I mean, it would be really. I mean, I know Duarte Studios has already reached. Like, we had him on last week, and he said, "Dude, let Rob know he wants to make a dio for Savage Crucible, but he could even do a football field with some goalposts."
He does some amazing dios.
His dios are amazing.
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah, so I mean, I could see a lot of like the articulation on the figures. Like, I've been playing with this whole thing the whole time since we've been chatting. I mean, again, a lot of figures cannot do this, guys.
So he's also messing with y'all right now, because if you look in the back of his video, that is the prototype. I believe. I don't know that is LSU.
That is LSU.
LSU.
Yeah. And there's another one there to the left.
Is that Ohio?
Everyone knows I leave hints in the background someplace. This is the updated jersey color for Texas.
And he looks good.
I'll just updated jersey color for Texas. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
So he'll, you can't have A&M without Texas, right? Gotta have both.
We'll see.
That's also sure, I guess.
I feel like everybody's gonna be. I have access to the Collegiate Legends Instagram. I feel like all the Savage Crucible people are gonna be like, "Hey, can you tell Rob that we need a."
We need a Lemarian and football pads.
In stop motion, there'll definitely be a crossover. I can guarantee that.
We already had a Wolverine in football pads.
Shower to go with the locker room.
Are you showing off any more figures, Rob?
No, that's enough for tonight. I think in terms of, I just want trying to give some love to Oregon and North Carolina. Like, they were definitely on our radar, but just didn't work out the way we wanted. We can't do all the teams we want to do. Is the bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
So many teams.
Like, if you think about it, we've gone from 1 to 15 in less than 12 months.
16.
So,
1 to 16.
And soon to be 20.
Give me till September.
Now, I guess so. Right now, the figures are available at the website, right? CollegiateLegends.com.
And I think we're going to stop calling it generic. We're going to call it timeless from now on, Holly. I really like timeless better than generic.
I'm not a fan of typing generic. When I type that in, I was like, it just sounds crappy.
It's something about it, right? Like it's not.
Yeah, I don't like the word generic.
We got to come up with a different word for that.
Like I mean, like laser pants is generic, right? So you got to be phenomenal or something like that.
Ryan, the abuse that Ryan takes. The light skin 18 is available still on the website, but the dark skin 18 is sold out, and then Malachi Moore, he's not available anymore. There's some signed Bach figures on there, and there should be some other figures potentially available in a couple weeks, but that's
or days.
Saying Legacy Timeless. I like Legacy.
Well, Legacy is for players that we signed that were former players. That's what we're thinking about calling them Legacy.
Legacy Legends. Mm-hmm.
Ironically, and when you talk to NFL agents, they refer to those guys as legends. So, but yeah, something like that. That's we're on the right path.
So yeah, we're growing and changing. No one's stuck in any ways over here. We're open to suggestions. Maybe me a little bit more than him, but yeah.
Ooh, I like this one too. 12th Man.
Definitely for A&M.
Yeah, that's great for A&M. I don't know about
a lot of schools use that. I guess that motto or that thing, because again, like ODU does the same thing. They use it. Like I'm wearing a number 12 jersey right now, and it's literally, I'm pretty sure it's called the 12th man in the back. So a lot of schools do that. So
I don't think that go over well in the SEC.
No,
no.
Yeah, they would not be happy.
No. Texas is good.
Yeah, so
that's a great idea. I like that one actually. Walk-ons.
Walk-ons.
That's cute.
Oh, I do too. That's a good one.
Ooh, the replacements.
Okay, walk-ons.
They put like random like celebrity heads on there.
Purchased. Recruitments are coming.
I actually like walk-ons a lot.
There it is.
That's cool.
Walk-on players.
Yeah, that's a good. I mean, that's a good one.
Fine. I will change it again.
Free agent, second strings, portal players. That'd be great.
Y'all, like our second or third NIL deal, we signed a kid and then he jumped in the portal 24 hours later. And you want to talk about just pure panic. Ended up back at the same school that we signed him at, so we're all good. But definitely threw us for a loop there. So, we'll
I'm going to just make a comment to Wes. He sent me a photo just now. Dude, I don't know the password of my Instagram account. So you got to send anything that you send on Instagram, you got to send it to Brandon. Because
I've been telling him to just hit that. I forgot my password for like months now and just change it.
Dude, it's already on my phone. I use my phone for everything. So it's like, I don't need to. So send it to Brandon. He could share it. I got to really reset my password. I'm sorry.
That's amazing.
I mean, but it's the truth though. Because again, I use my phone for like who logs in on Instagram on the computer? I mean, really.
I mean, we gotta share it up to the the stream.
Except for Brandon and Laserman.
That's the only reason I remembered my password is just for these moments right here on the stream.
Oh, got you. Yeah. Sorry, but yeah, Wes, send it to Brandon. He'll take care of it. Let's see. Now the whole chat's getting involved.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to point out real quick.
You got agents, second string.
I wanted to point out on the articulation. I know it's like simple and maybe even overlooked by people, but what impressed me, I mean, the whole thing impresses me, but this little touch where the articulation is behind the pad, the thigh pad, and it doesn't break the sculpt. It's just so like crispy and just nice that the thought was put into to do that, like because it matches no matter what direction his thigh is, and that's genius. Like
that's actually something I added after the fact. So
yeah, I mean it's very much appreciated.
Yeah, no, it definitely is a really good to go with it. I mean, again, the figure is actually really well made. I think you did a really good job with it. I wanted to pull that giveaway quickly if I could figure out how to get it back on the screen.
Get my drums ready.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
I got the
drums.
On, man.
You got the drums? Are you sure?
They had to clear some figs out of the way.
Good. I need to find the screen again. Okay, guys, last chance. We're gonna pull this very soon.
I have drum and horn, so don't double sound.
I mean, dude, you just do it. We'll let you do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Good luck, guys. Art G, there you go. Congrats, Art, man. That's awesome. Congratulations, Art. We'll reach out to me on Instagram, and we'll get it out to you. I'll ship it on Monday.
You should send him the other Penn State one.
There you go.
That means I need to get it first. You gotta,
that was to Rob. I tried, Art. I tried.
Might be
we know what, Holly, we can do that. Like once the figures come in, we can do giveaways for that. Like, I mean, after I keep one, we can give one of the others away.
There you go.
Listen, no one told me the rules. Like, and if they did, I didn't listen. So,
like, she doesn't know. Like, this is the most valuable one we have right here.
Uh-oh, he's gonna show something.
What is it?
Well, that's the first one, right?
Oh yeah.
That's the first one. I think that was one of the photos Holly sent me.
Yeah, he came back with me from China.
Oh wow. Are you giving that away right now?
No.
Figured I'd try. You know, Holly would have said yes. Just saying.
Yeah, you should have waited for me to walk away and then ask that question. You would have got a different answer. No.
We did that too, actually, when you walked away.
I'm sure. There's no
I'm so excited for the table tennis line coming.
Yeah, what you don't know is like you signed over your house by saying yes. That's the problem. Like you think you got the good end of the deal. She just smiles and takes everything.
There's a split moment in this lovely adventure where, to be honest, we were told no, like you weren't going to have action figures in college sports. And basically as soon as they told me no, I hung up and hit my Rolodex and went another way. And so there was a moment where I called Rob and I was like, Rob, I am talking with the same person that represents Aaron Rodgers. I might have just given him your house to sign this NIL deal. Not my house, but his house.
Oh man.
Oh, it was entertaining to say the least.
I don't need to eat. It's fine.
It's eating. I mean, ramen is so cheap nowadays. So
just live at the factory, overseas.
There you go.
I have to work there. What are you talking about?
They have room and housing, right? So you're good.
They do. I have 3 new roommates.
I talked to him every night when he was there. So he's already done it once. It's like summer camp. Nostalgia.
Be a dope field trip to go to a toy factory. I'd totally go.
I would go.
I highly recommend it. It was an amazing trip.
Yeah.
I have to get to China first, though. But
a little far. But yeah.
Apparently, India has factories too. Apparently, and I am going to India soon. So
they do. They certainly do have factories. They do make some types of toys in India. They're not really well known for their action figures. So,
what type of toys do they make, Rob?
They just make a lot of stuff out of plastic, but not like a whole lot of complicated stuff. It seems to be all made out of China right now. So
Gotcha.
okay. To the whole art concept of it. Now, obviously, they make art in India, but the idea is that like, they haven't had a lot of experience making complicated like Japanese joints, which is where most of the crazy articulation comes from. So,
I mean, Indians are really weird too, because they're probably like, "Oh, we're better than the Japanese, so we can make ours different and better," and it just ends up sucking. So I get it.
No, I think they could make some high quality thing. I think it's just, but most people don't realize is like each factory gets really good at certain things. But they get good at it because they failed at it, right? And then once they learn how to do it, they don't want to tell the world how to do it. They don't want to tell other factories how to do it. And so that's where like the whole art part of it comes into. I'm like, oh, we figured out if you do it this way, it really works well. But they spent like 2 months trying to get it to work, and that's when they figured it out. And so that's the part. Like, didn't someone those fist figures they got made down in South America or something? You guys
fist figures? Yeah, I know you're talking about the fist figures. Yeah, I've heard and seen and touched those.
I have too. I bought some just to see. And
I'm sorry.
It was a very admirable effort, and for a place that doesn't make action figures, they did a great job. Did it meet the standard of what we would consider good? No, not in my opinion. But,
so do you think they went like, I guess the people behind the company went just the wrong angle, or the wrong they just choose like, I guess they went the cheaper route or the cheaper factory? Or just someone who doesn't have the experience? I
don't know if that's true in that instance. I think they might have had, I think one of the people had some connections down there, and like, I don't think that was, everyone thinks that it's bad to fail, and it's really not.
No, failure is a good thing because you improve.
Yeah, like no one starts out good at anything. Like you suck, and then you keep getting better, right? So
that's how it works. Yeah.
And so I don't think that was necessarily wrong. I don't know why they went that route. Like I don't know, but overall, for a first time, that was pretty impressive from my standpoint. But does it meet the standard for my own toy line? No, it would not. I mean, just to be fair. But that takes a lot of guts. I don't think they get enough credit for that. Like that's pretty ballsy. Really ballsy.
Yeah. So Abby, so maybe all is not lost with Sub-Zero. Maybe Scorpion will be a little better.
Are you talking about the 5K Sub-Zero? Dude,
yes.
You see it, man. Like as soon as I ripped off his pants,
and I turned immaculate.
And then I put a Mezco a pair of pants on him. He was freaking phenomenal after that.
What company are we talking about that made it?
I have the box back here actually. This is one of the 5K Sub-Zeros. So I opened this like it was. I'm a big fan of fighting figures.
But 5K didn't make it. Who's the company that? Made it?
You know what? There's no name on the. I have no clue. There's no name. It's literally empty. Nothing is written. You have to look it up on 5K. Yeah. While he pulls that up, but I mean, there was a lot of issues. Like, so I took off his hands, and you'll see why in a second. Let me see if I can see that though. Okay,
changing the pants can't fix the hands.
His hands are off.
Yeah.
So that was one big issue. None of his hands stay in place. So his pants originally, right? So when you got the figure, you took it out. His legs wouldn't spread until like they would spread up to like this far. That was it.
They're called JM Toys.
This was like the length of it would spread, and then finally I just got so frustrated. I ripped off the pants and I found a pair of Mascot ones, and now this is what he can do. There's articulation on this figure. It's actually a really dope figure once you replace the pants.
Right.
Now the hands are the other things. These little, this thing, like it just doesn't fit inside. I think the holes are too big on the hands, so that's it just doesn't even. Yeah, it just. I don't know why they did it that way. To be honest with you,
I think they were trying to copy some of the I think isn't it Figma that doesn't put mushrooms on a lot of theirs, like their hands. It's literally just a cylinder that slides into a hand, and it works for the most part. Like it's really tight, but it's really heavy. It's like really well calibrated what they're doing, so it works well most of the time.
Yeah.
But what most people don't know is a lot of the independent Chinese toy companies, they change factories like every figure. So like the consistency is just it's wild that what you're gonna get. So
it's also very true. Yeah, so this was a disappointment until I removed his pants, and then he became a much better figure after that.
Yeah,
it's like the Pirate Bay when they come after him for the material. They got to switch factories for the unlicensed production. And, yeah.
So did he just say that it became better when he ripped the pants off? I'm just clarifying.
No, yeah, yeah.
I definitely just said that. Yes,
just making sure.
Yes, 100% just said that. Yeah.
And your nickname for him was Scorpion or Sub-Zero? Wait a second, when you ripped the pants off, because there's a joke there too.
Well, he said, "Get over here."
Oh, dude, the Forrest Gump figure's upstairs, man. I mean, so normally what we do after we normally do pickups. We talked about pickups and or like a showcase of a toy. So we haven't done that segment yet, and that's something that's going to come up next. So do you guys want to participate in that too?
Yeah, I would love to see what new toy Holly has picked up. I think that would make the show so good.
I currently have Anita.
One second. I have to supersize you. So there you go. Go ahead.
I busted it in the middle of the in the middle of the podcast over here. It's a complete fail. Like it sucks. So I am not as critical of toys as Rob, so he's probably the better of the two. I think my comment with the first sculpt was like, I don't know. I was like, the shoulder pads. He was like, you're looking at the entire sculpt and all you could tell me is shoulder pads. So I'm gonna let him handle that one so that I don't embarrass myself for when I see all of you at these toy conventions and you ask me for things.
Free things.
We're at a clean slate. Yeah, we're on a clean slate. Like there's no bullying me.
Just to be clear, Holly is excellent at saying no. Like if it takes something from her, she will tell you no.
Oh, let's also be clear. I'm not the nice one in this. Like if you could muster up the question to get to him, like he'll say yes, absolutely. So, I just look like the nice one.
So Rob, when you come to Toylanta, can you please bring that UNC figure with you?
He has more than one. He could give one away.
Just saying. Ooh. Our boys in blue here would love to see it. I'll give it back to you at Ishcon. How's that?
Ishcon. So at Ishcon, they might actually. I may not need them. That's what I was saying. Like,
oh, then. I'll take it.
Yeah, this is the most recent figure I've been messing around with. So I talked about it earlier.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I got some classifieds in today. I got my Saw Viper and I bought another Trouble Bubble and something else. I forget who the other figure was that came in.
Do you know what's so much fun is I have an 8-year-old daughter and she likes to go into his office and touch all the things.
Yep.
And
Raven was in here and she was trying to take my Harley Quinn. And she wanted to know why Gigi put the baby alligators in the big alligator's mouth. And I had to explain to her, like, actually, mama alligators actually do that. They open their mouths and let their babies crawl in and out or whatever.
You're like, no, grab that one. It's the prototype. No, a little more left. Yeah, grab that one.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
Brandon, how about you? Did you get anything? Sorry, Holly, what were you saying?
They're just children are so confused. They're like, it's a room full of toys. Why can't I play with them?
Oh no, it's a lot of training. I have an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old, so my 8-year-old has been fully trained at this point. My 5-year-old is still questionable, but he's been much better now. He'll be like, "Hey, Papa, can I play with that bear?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course. Go grab the bear." Then he'll be like, "Hey, Papa, can I play with that $100 toy?" I'm like, "No, you cannot."
Yeah, he's the funny one, of course.
And he looks around at the other 300 toys and he's like, "You said of course twice out of the 100 times that I've asked."
Me and the 5-year-old share that skill set.
Oh, my 5-year-old.
Times.
I mean, he is one of those people. Like he sat. I think we were getting ready for, or at least I was getting ready for a stream, and then he just wanted to be part of, be included. So he ran in here, sat in the chair, started talking to Brandon and Zakanin.
Put the headset on.
He put the headset on.
Yeah, it was funny.
It was actually entertaining. Yeah.
That's a brilliant idea. You should all like your kids or nephews. You should let them take apart a figure and tell them tell you what they think. Because I would bet it's a completely different view from what you have as a collector.
Well,
Probably.
Gigi was very on point. She's like, the football players move so much better than your lizard men. It's so much easier to move. And I was like, you're correct. That is true. That was intentional. Good job. Dom does that. Dom does it on his show. His kids participate a lot, actually. Very insightful, I think. So,
I mean, they are meant for kids, right? So,
some of them, not all of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Brandon still hasn't shown us what he picked up.
I know. He just. I know. I didn't even move. That was him. He has the power to do it all.
I just got a few. I'm just gonna show off these because I don't know why I'm addicted to these, but because the new wave came out. Whoops, wrong button. The Simpsons figures
Marge
are really fun. What's nice is you get Marge and Maggie together. That's cool.
Did you get Lisa too, or?
Dude, I don't have Lisa. She was in the other wave. That's the only one I'm missing right now.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, I can get her online somewhere. But yeah, Marge is pretty cool. And get a little articulated Lisa. And then you get he looks so wasted. Lenny. His eyes are half open. He's pretty cool. So he'll go at the bar with who we have, Mo? I think Mo, yeah. And Homer.
Mo runs it, yeah.
Yeah, and then this is where you got to get careful with these because they could do this with a bunch of characters, and there's already a crap ton of Simpson characters. Mm-hmm. But it looked cool. They're very cheap. They're like $10. So I got the Bart or the Homer and baseball stuff. But
I didn't realize I don't need $10. Really?
I think they might be like 12.
I think they're like $12. Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty cheap. But I mean, if you do alt costumes for everyone, I mean that's a crap ton. So I'm going to be very careful.
30 seasons, 35 seasons. How many seasons?
Yeah, of just 100 characters. So just I'm going to be. But so I say that, but then I got this Homer, another one. But he was really cool. Yeah, and he comes with. I think he lights up. No, it's an action.
Oh,
okay.
So I didn't know that did that. It
so
has a bunch of accessories.
When I walk into the shop to tell Rob something, that's what he pictures. That's what he thinks I look like.
Hey, we got more licenses.
Yeah, let's give away more.
That's awesome. That's cool. And then the final one you can't forget, Millhouse with a bicycle.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool, and his feet peg in so he won't fall off. So that's pretty nice.
Oh, that's good. Good engineering. Yeah.
Did they ever make that Simpsons couch for that scale?
No. So they had it for the little 2.5 ones. Yeah. But they're releasing more little play sets, and I'm like, damn it! They're getting cooler before the big ones are coming out, if they're even going to do those. they're really tugging on the like I need to get the small one scale, but I don't have those yet. But they are very tempting. And I guess my last pickup, just because he's pretty cool, is the Kane from the Marvel Legends. He's pretty dope.
Nice.
Yeah, he's cool.
What'd you guys think of the Spider-Man Gameverse wave?
I like the Venom.
Yeah,
I like the game. I've played both of them. I'm not a fan of every costume they showed off, but I'm probably going to scoop a good handful of them. Definitely the Venom, a couple of the Spider-Man, maybe the Kingpin. I like the all black Kingpin. It's pretty cool. But that's a whole other conversation in the sense of like, now we're talking like, look at what the build, like one of those could have been the Build-A-Figure and blah, blah, blah. And it's a whole thing of differences of opinions with that. But overall, just for what it is, it's I'll get a few for sure. But I don't know everybody's
screenshot that comment for me right there. That person lets them grab whatever they want.
You listen to that, Rob? Come on, man.
What? Those kids, any kid that goes in my shop walks out with toys. Don't even talk shit. Like they walk out free of charge with toys.
Yeah, but he's like, don't touch these. So what do they want to do?
No, I put them up so high that they can't reach for them, so that it works out fine.
It's like they know which ones are expensive. They go right for like a Mafex or a Mezco, and you're like, how about the Hasbro or how about the?
Well, I laugh because there's like I don't know 300-400 figures in this office, and then Raven walks in here and she just immediately finds Harley Quinn out of like 400 figures immediately. She's a Harley Quinn fan and like, oh, I want that one. And then when Eleanor and Gigi were over here, they were finding all the animals. And then they got upset with me. I forget what animal was it? I didn't show them. Oh, the parrot on Shipwreck. They're like, why didn't you tell us there was a parrot? I'm like, I'm sorry. I didn't think of every animal. It wasn't on the shelf.
I send the kids in there without me first to like get them all stressed out so that when I come in and say, I've added more teams.
Oh, yeah. It helps with the balance.
Yeah.
It helps with the balance. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I didn't pick up anything, or none of my figures came in. So,
that's
I did.
Normal.
That is really weird for me. I know. I agree. But I'll, by Tuesday I'll have a bunch of figures, but I won't be here on Tuesday. So, but I will show this off because I at least bought one figure to bring down. So I just opened it because. Sorry, let me put some shadow on that. It's a lamb, but he's white, so it's hard to see. There you go.
Yeah.
He's tied, and the table is really dope. And then the chairs, I'm pretty sure, is metallic or metal.
Is it an accessory or a figure?
It's I showed off the Forrest Gump figure, right? The last time on Tuesday. Okay. So I just opened Hannibal, and this is from Bob Toys.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Wait. Where's the lamb come from?
From Bob's Toys. Yeah, it's the same. It came from the same line. I don't know why they put a lamb in there, but it's a very cartoonish lamb.
The lamb is silent.
It's like some kind of connection to Silence of the Lambs or something. I don't.
Yeah, his mouth is taped up.
He's tied up, like they're gonna kill him. Okay.
Let me supersize me for a second.
It looks like it looks like the lamb is crying and he's tied up to be slaughtered.
Yeah, he is crying and he's tied up to be slaughtered. Yeah, Silence of the Lambs.
Okay. Yeah. This is a disturbing figure.
Well, it's this right here. It's the Bob.
He did not put the lotion in the basket. That's why.
That's hysterical. Okay.
It's one of those the cartoonish looking ones, right? So it's soft goods, and then it has the cartoonish head.
Nightmare fuel.
I have a Forrest Gump that I was showing off on. I think it was on Tuesday. So I figured I'll show off the Hannibal Lecter this week.
That is very creepy.
I kind of like it. Again, it's soft goods.
It's like cool creepy.
Double jointed arms and legs, or elbows and knees. Great articulation. He does. He feels really padded, but he twists, and looks like he's got some type of articulation in the what's it called? He's got some kind of ab crunch. But the cool thing is the chair is metal.
Yeah, that is a nice.
Yeah, and then the table looks really dope, but that's not metal. And the lamb is pretty funny, and he comes like with a little brain. He comes with a knife and fork, and then a brain.
Does it push blood?
No, but it's for Silence of the Lambs, since he was eating brains.
On the skillet, yeah.
And then it comes with this too. Let me put the brain in there. Actually, that makes more sense. Great, now I can't get it out. There he goes.
This is not how I thought she was going to be spending her Friday night.
So you get this little thing too. Again, metallic.
Oh yeah.
And then there you go, and the brain's in there.
Nice.
Okay.
But yeah, and then a bunch of hands, accessories. It's pretty good. I mean, it's a little cartoonish, but still pretty dope.
Yeah.
Enjoying it.
That's definitely different. That's for sure.
Yes, 100%.
It's that 5K Toys website.
It's 5K Toys, yeah.
Full of random stuff you didn't even know you wanted.
I'll have to ask Jason what company's behind that. What?
Well, this one is Bob Toys.
It's Bob Toys.
Yeah, it was Bob Toys. So they made a few different things. Like they've made it was called the series was called like Movie Museum. So they made what's that? Inglorious Bastards figures.
Right.
They made some of those. They made the Forrest Gump, which I really like. The head is again really weird looking, but it's cartoonish. But
it's so weird.
It comes with a bench, a metal bench.
Yeah.
It comes with a ping pong paddle. It comes with a lot of fun things.
Box of chocolates.
A box of chocolates, yeah. A lot of fun things.
Oh,
the toy nerd in us.
What kind of chocolates? Do they have a name brand on them?
It was designed, but I don't think there was a name on there. But it's probably from the movie. Came with a hat, a little Bubba Gump hat. It was a nice figure. I just wish it came with like a Jenny because that would have made more sense.
Oh yeah, like the cheerleader to go with the football player.
Exactly.
I forgot I have a very random to match your weird random. I have a weird and random right here. I forgot I had this. I slowed down dramatically, but I started dabbling in Lego and did not realize, holy crap, they're expensive. And, so I was like, I gotta hold off on that. But if you go to conventions, they have all the little like custom Legos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So check out this little guy.
Oh, nice.
Little Terrifier action, a little Arctic Clown.
I haven't actually watched any of these movies.
It fits on that peg.
Yeah, he pegged it on. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
See, that's a peg that comes with the Collegiate Legends or the base.
Yep, which are really cool. They're fully astroturfed. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've bought a lot of those little Lego men at conventions.
I mean, there's so many different ones, and you get a bunch of them for just like a couple bucks.
So, like 3 for 10 or 3 for 12, and like some of the big ones will be like $4 or something. Like very manageable.
Yeah, I get lost in those. I'm like, oh man, there's that one and that one and that one and that one, and it's like very overwhelming sometimes. But they're cool.
I totally agree. Now, I guess so. What's the next con? You're going to be at ZoloCon this weekend or next weekend?
I'll be at ZoloCon with.
I am banned from the state of Pennsylvania for giving away the prototype.
Holly's not coming to ZoloCon. Matt, Stell, Tim, Renato, and Chris will be with me at ZoloCon representing Savage Crucible and Collegiate Legends. We'll have booths for each.
Okay.
And then the end of March will be at Toylanta.
Yep.
And Holly will be at that one. And then I don't think we're doing a show in April.
I feel like I took one for the people by taking my ban for giving away the prototype. Like,
really?
y'all are all welcome.
No, she's like, Rob, I don't know that's a long flight. I just don't. No, she didn't say that.
It's cold up there.
Yeah, that's really what it was about. She's like, how many people are going to be there? You got enough people.
So yeah, y'all just come down to Toylanta and ask for the free stuff.
I'll be at Toylanta for sure. I'm making that drive, so I'll be there.
Oh, we'll be there. Where else will I be? Maybe
Ishcon.
Ishcon.
It might be at Ishcon. I don't know if you'll be at Ishcon or not.
So we'll be. I mean, I have a table at Ishcon as well, so I'll be set up there.
And then we'll be at Joe Fest.
That's also listed on mine.
Yeah.
We're going to be seeing a lot of each other, Rob.
No, yeah, we are. I know that there's this one in Myrtle Beach that's the same weekend as Mobile Comic Con. So,
okay,
talking about maybe splitting that one. I don't know. There's that one in Texas. I forgot about that one.
DFW?
No. That one, DFW is the same weekend as Joe Fest, I think. So, like, that's...
yeah. Oh, I think it's a week apart.
Is it a week apart?
Yeah.
And then, no, it was the one in where Ryan lives out there, that one I wanted to go to. It's the same weekend as Joe Fest.
Heroes Con.
Heroes Con is the same weekend, but there's also one in Washington State.
Oh.
It's the same weekend as Joe Fest. But Heroes Con is, yeah.
No one likes Washington State, so it's fine.
No one likes Washington State.
I was going to ask before we wrap up, just a quick little Savage question.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
What are we looking like for the next wave, as far as time frames or anything? As far as when we can expect to
listen, you can't be needy and me needy too on the Collegiate Legends side. Like, gotta give him a break.
Well, I'm not sure if you had
Just
put it
kidding.
anywhere yet. If you had,
Are you asking when Wave 2 is going to get here? Is that what you're asking?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you were asking like what's the next pre.
No, not what it is, but like when's when's Wave 2 basically hitting our, like, because you're gonna be at all these shows. If any product.
Oh, I understand the question. I'm just watching you trip over it. That's all.
Because I like to buy a lot of product right at the cons. It's really cool.
Yeah,
especially if you miss pre-orders and stuff.
So
and I'm like, should I budge in and tell him something that's 3 months ahead of time?
Oh my god! Please.
I mean,
can I have control of the panel? Ishcon
might
be the first convention that we have Wave 2 at.
That would be.
I'm not sure just yet.
Yeah.
I think I set out a Kickstarter update today, and the soft goods for Wave 2 are supposed to be at the factory like the 1st of March. So it takes about, if there's no delays, it takes about 55 days for roughly 55 days for it to travel across the sea and get to me. What people don't understand is there's way too many variables that I just cannot control.
Yeah.
Pirates.
Like pirates.
Pirates, yeah.
But like how long it sits there when the factory's done versus for them to come pick it up, right? Like that's a time frame. That could be a week or two. And then they take it to the dock, right? Well, it could sit there for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Before it even gets on the
be
ship. Like
striking at the dock. Yeah.
Like there's too many things like you just don't know. Like when it gets here, and then they might be in customs for 3 weeks or something.
Yeah.
So there's but we're estimating that we'll be shipping the figures in May, based on the information we know from the factory. Like they finished a couple of the SKUs. Everyone should be back by today. It takes about 2 weeks for the factory to start to ramp up. But our soft goods are being shipped from an entirely different factory to our factory. And they're still not there yet. So yeah.
Well, it's cool. So I mean,
so like next
shortly.
week.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
You have no idea the amount of emails I get. Yeah,
That's cool.
It happened.
Have they given you any like inbox things? Like I guess obviously you have like the kind of the final product stuff.
Yeah, let me go grab one real quick. I have most of this boxed up, so
he stepped away again. Can we get some free toys?
So,
So wave
absolutely.
6. Like,
but listen, like if you see him, like maybe I'm gonna answer. Like if you nail in, like go get us a box. Let me see. He'll totally cave.
Got you. Okay, that's good to know.
Also, I think the anxiety of having me at toy conventions is like gonna put him at another level. I'd be like, they bought one, but we gave them 4.
It's good PR.
It is good PR. That is.
Rob, we've agreed to buy 1 get 4 at the next 2 toy conventions.
So
Holly promised us.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you go collect on that. All right.
I don't know what you're talking
about. Trust me. So this one's still not fully updated, but there's a couple of changes since this one. But this is like a fully painted.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Factory figure.
Dude, I can't wait for those.
It's like, we updated the arms some. I think I showed this off before, but on a different figure. But it gets a little bit better range of motion on the bicep.
Okay.
I was using the bare forearm. The knees do move better. Oops,
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah.
So they're a little bit smoother. Might be too. We'll see how well they hold up. But part of it's this lighting. Like I'm kind of washing out the detail on the skin. Let me see if I can. No, you definitely lose a lot. You kind of see a little bit of the airbrushing coming through.
Yeah.
With
the ab work and the chest.
Yeah. That's the only problem sometimes when you're using lighting on a podcast. Like it definitely can wash out figures, the painting details. So that's why people when they see them in person, like, oh my god, there's so much detail. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. Like real chain holding the scabbard on.
That's sick.
Yeah, it looks really awesome.
Yeah.
So they're close, guys. I'm just as anxious and was just as disappointed as everybody else that we didn't get them out before Chinese New Year. But
no, I mean, there's so much. It's just cool to know that there's stuff. Our wallets are prepped.
That's good. I literally have a dedicated bookshelf for Savage.
Oh, nice. Thank you. Yeah. Well, I think the new exclusive for 2025 that actually arrived. I don't know if you guys have watched some of the other shows, but
the white Lemuria.
I really love this figure.
Yeah,
it's gorgeous. It really
is
a
for
figure.
LA Comic-Con.
That's where we first showed it, and
but God, that paint job is insane.
Yeah, I don't see. You can even see there's patina.
Yeah,
in the armor, it gets flooded out from the light, but it is a gorgeous figure. The cape's wired.
That was paint mastered by Nikki, right?
Oh yeah,
Nikki,
Nikki did the skin.
Yeah.
And Alex did the armor. Actually, when I was in China, and Kevin sculpted these 2 armor pieces. These are 2 armor pieces that you've never seen before. We already had these tooled up, but Kevin sculpted them, and
that's insane.
Yeah, it's a beautiful figure.
It's almost like it's reacting to the light just because of the how it bounces off.
The paint's pearlescent. The plastic's pearlescent in certain places.
That's cool.
So
this is the meme, the credit card.
So we're excited about it, but it's here. It got here last Friday.
Last Friday. Nice. No, we're definitely. I mean, the chat went a little wild on that one too, so I know they're looking forward to it.
Yep.
For sure. And then we will definitely be catching you guys at the cons that are coming up. So it looks like we'll be at a lot of the same ones that you guys will be going to. So we'll definitely be coming by and saying hi and hello. And then, hopefully Holly will give us free toys. And then to everyone else, on Tuesday, we have open mic night. Again, you guys are welcome to open mic night. We throw the link out in the chat. No, you are too. We just throw the link out in the chat, and you're welcome to jump on anytime.
Hooligans come out to play.
Yeah, exactly. So Tuesday, Brandon will be doing open mic night. I have to travel for work, unfortunately. But I should be done by like 8:30 at the latest. So I'll be popping in from whatever hotel I'll be staying at.
Somebody just told Rob to quit flexing. That's hilarious.
I saw that earlier too.
It's awesome.
I'm sorry. That was funny.
And then next Friday, we have a new VIP.
Ooh.
And let me go ahead and introduce it.
Can't slow down, action figures all around. So many different scales, I'll take my pick. In this collector's world, I'm feeling the kick.
Yo everybody, it is Rocco the Great coming to you as a special guest VIP on the Figure Fight Club podcast this February 28th. Be there or be square, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Should be interesting.
And that's going to be the name of the show. Should be interesting.
Should be.
We're going to have Rocco the Great.
Isn't Rocco going to be at ZoloCon? Because he lives in Pennsylvania, right? Or close?
Well, I mean, it's Friday night, so maybe he's
Well, no, Friday night. The show's not Friday night. I mean, ZoloCon's not Friday night. Sorry.
Yeah, so it'll be next Friday night. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, because I met him at the last ZoloCon I went to for the first time.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, so he'll be fun.
Arlen on, because his Kickstarter starts March 1st.
Okay.
The attack from Mars, zombies attack from Mars or something. The sculpts are beautiful. They truly are beautiful. If you were at Joe Fest last year, him and his brother had a booth. Arlen did some of the initial work on Savage Crucible, like Como's head is the Arlen sculpt. And he's worked for Mezco, Hasbro. I think he can tell you some, like he did Sabentor for classifieds. Like,
oh, nice. Okay.
Oh, nice.
I'll look him up for sure.
Yeah. Adam Drake handles a lot of their stuff too. So him and his brother, Arlen's brother, might come on because Arlen doesn't always like to. You have to drag him out in public, basically.
Those are the Mars figures from Legion's Con. Yes. Okay, then I definitely saw those. Yes, I probably had pictures of them on my phone somewhere.
Yeah, they're really nice sculpts. I mean, Arlen's a great sculptor and a really good person too. So
okay, no, I'll definitely reach out to him and I'll say Rob Post sent me.
You don't have to do that. Just. No, I'm saying like Arlen's a gracious person. I don't think he. I want to give you credit for that.
Okay, sounds good. No, I'll definitely reach out, and then let me know about the 14th of March.
Yeah, it would be great to have a bunch of the guys on to talk trash. Honestly, I gotta be honest. Holly definitely has the filthiest mouth of anybody on the Harbinger Studios.
She's been very well behaved, actually.
Do not let her have a glass of wine. Is all I can tell you. Like,
why? You should. I've been drinking this whole time, so.
You think I turn red when she makes me angry? You should see what happens when she makes me blush. That's the real thing there. So.
I tried to auction him off this one time.
True story. True story.
Mm-hmm. He was like, "No, you cannot." I was like, "But why?"
For a good cause.
My favorite is I made some joke about like pimping her out for something, and then only for the guy to be gay, and she's like, "Oh no, sweetie, you're jumping on that sword."
It did. I mean,
Like,
That's awesome.
I guess I deserve that one.
yeah.
Oh man.
So,
No, it would definitely be fun to have you guys come back. But this
Yeah.
time we're gonna have a savage party, and that's what we'll call the episode, Savage Party. And I want the whole gang. So I want Nikki, I want Stel.
you do.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan still beat you guys because Ryan had 2 females on his show. Because he had Holly and Nikki on at the same time.
You know what? I don't. Ryan doesn't like it when I say this, but he's a kind of a mentor to us. You know, he kind of hates when I say that, but he's our potato sweetheart. So
He's our potato sweetheart. That's the best.
That's a great phrase.
He's
That's
our
so great.
potato sweetheart. Oh my God, Ryan, are you gonna take that, man? Are you gonna take that? Man?
I mean, you know what? Just because Ryan is probably still watching this and blushing a little bit, we're gonna go ahead and just do this for everyone as a thank you from me.
That's gotta be one of those memes. That's gotta be.
It's one of the best.
It is.
That should be on the back of an Action Force figure.
It should. It
right?
should.
Like, what if that was the pull out? Like you pulled out, like you opened the box of like the Vanguard, and there was like a poster of Ryan.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That would be amazing, actually. No, he definitely needs to have his figure out in Valiverse for sure. Or you could just make a Ryan, Savage.
We should do like a toy collector calendar.
Oh yes.
Right?
Cool.
Like that would be like who can make the most ridiculous picture, you know? Like I'm throwing like I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna hire like 3 professionals. There might be baby oil involved. I don't know.
Neon paint.
Neon paint, yes. Oh, that's
neon paint.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Please, somebody do this. I will make sure Rob contributes. Like I will. Yes.
Maybe we could do it as a charity for like Toys for Tot or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't.
That'd be cool.
That would be actually pretty interesting. I mean, Ryan will be down, and then Brandon he's in.
There's something there.
I can see.
That'd be fun. A fun thing to do, like just to make fun of ourselves, but also for a charity.
I can see Ninja making a very interesting month photo shoot. Yeah.
I just want to see Ninja like a towel drop on the shower floor and him turning around, but all he's wearing is the mask. You know, like he's just like, hairy ass cheeks and all, just right there. Like that's the pose I'm seeing right now.
Really funny.
The funny thing is,
a fig balancing.
I'm sure, like but you have to put a figure in every single month, though. Every
Oh
month
yeah, definitely. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the fireman poses like the fire hose.
Yeah.
You do the same thing, but with a figure or a figure of your choice.
Just fill up a kiddie pool with a bunch of figures and just like kind of laying back in it like you're floating.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
That's awesome.
There could be like an auction for the toys that are in the picture with us afterwards, right?
I'll be the auctioneer.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, we have so many good ideas. All right, guys.
Good. Rob says costly. Same thing.
Holly, do not leave the channel when he turns this off. He still has to save it. Okay, so do not leave when he tries to exit.
Sorry.
Thank you guys again for being here. Rob, we're definitely going to have a Savage Party. We'll bring you all back for that one. And
that was awesome.
Let me know if March 14th works out for you guys.
Yep.
Art's also probably in it too. So Art, you got to pick a month too, man. And then next week we have Rocker the Great. And thank you to the chat for being here. Thanks for having fun with us, talking toys, and we will see you on Tuesday for open mic night. Take care. Peace.
See you guys.
Yeah.
As we wrap up tonight's fun, the figures in talk, so we've just begun. Join us next time for thrills anew. In the world of Figure Fight Club, it's all for you. Make sure to subscribe and smash that like button. See you next week on Figure Fight Club, stay strutting. This isn't goodbye, it's just to see you later. In the meantime, go check out another creator. So keep your figures on display until we gather here someday. Remember the tales and the laughs we shared. Here at Figure Fight Club, you're treasured and cared.